so we're here, man. Shout out to State. My man State. He said he gotta get the oven turned off. He's doing the babysitting today, man. So this is the
Yeah,
first time me and State spoke in a long time, man. He's happy to see each other. I'm happy to see him. You know what I'm saying? I
man.
know you guys are happy too. How you
What's up,
been, man?
chat? Man, I've been good, man. Stressed out because of the Knicks stuff. Yo,
I see you regulating though, man. On the Twitter Spaces and stuff, man. You fucking going crazy on them shits, man. Just like cursing everybody out.
I just be trying to hold everybody accountable. Like I try to hold everybody accountable across the line. I've had a lot of arguments with Nick content creators lately too, like because I be calling them out as well. Like a certain someone who just will not post Emmanuel Quickly's field goal percentage, but you'll post everybody else's field goal percentage. Like it's little stuff like that bothers me. So that's why I've been trying to hold everybody accountable. Like this is probably the first season where I've even had to talk down on RJ Barrett. Like that's how bad like it's been this season. I'm not saying trade him because he's still untouchable to me, but it's these numbers.
It's bad, man. It's like for me, like doing the watch-alongs. I like to do the watch-alongs. I like to talk. That's how I get my frustration out, man. But it's getting harder and harder. I feel like it's worse than like like when we're expected to be bad. Like it's all good. Like we know we're lottery teams. We know we're like 2 or 3 years away. But it's been 2, 3 years already now. You know what I'm saying? Last year we was talking about fire Tom Thibodeau and this, that, and the other. Now it's like a whole nother season. Fire Tom Thibodeau. It's like fire Tom Thibodeau, fire Leon Rose, trade this guy. It's like just blow the whole fucking thing up now, man.
So for me, I just had to. Yeah, he's still in the freezer. Oh my god. So for me, Tom Thibodeau is an abomination. But after what I heard from Ian Bagley yesterday, I'm not even screaming type fire Tibbs no more. What Ian Bagley said is Leon Rose is basically married to Tom Thibodeau and he will not take a coaching change lightly. So what I take from that basically is he won't be firing him. And since he won't be firing him, I feel like for me personally, it's a lost cause in even arguing about can we fire this guy anymore. It's a pointless argument. It's a pointless convo for me. So because if I continue to talk about it, the more pissed off I'm gonna get personally. Yeah. So I feel like the better convo should be how are we gonna get better, right? This was a convo me and you tried to have during the summer, and we had this infamous argument about Evan Fournier, and fucking bum. Evan Fournier right now basically is not in the Knicks rotation, but a lot of things like transpired this season that basically made me say, you know what, let me just fall in line and take my emotions out of it. Because if I keep screaming, play the kids, which the Knicks is not doing, and they're not going that route, I'm just going to make myself stressed out. So like that's where I'm at with it, especially after what Ian Bagley reported yesterday when it comes to like Tibbs and Leon Rose.
Yeah. Tibbs doesn't want to open his rotation. And then like you said, Leon Rose is married to him. They're like connected at the hip right now. So like whatever Tom Thibodeau does, is co-signed by the front office.
Yeah.
So I got this queued up, man. This is the last game here. The last game that we had. Let me get rid of let me get rid of the background here. Well, I mean, this is basically the last game here. You got RJ, got Julius, Mitch, Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, McBride now, Quickly, and Hartenstein. That's the team right there. So for the foreseeable future, this is going to be the rotation. And then like there's nothing we could do about it. All the arguing and yelling, like how could we get better and stuff like this. This is it right here.
Yeah. No more Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish he's done for the season. I'm looking for a trade package with Reddish and Obi Toppin. I'm just at the point like I just don't care no more. Like if I sat here and we had a conversation about Obi Toppin minutes, I feel like we back in last season. Like that's absolutely pointless.
Back with the Cam Reddish. Remember when we had that big fight where you said we're gonna get Cam Reddish for a first round pick? I said, man, get the fuck out of here. That's not gonna happen, right? Then we do it, and then what's the first thing Tom Thibodeau said? Nah, we got our rotation, we good. You know what I'm saying? And then like here, fast forward, he's still on the same shit. He's still on the same shit that he was last
year. But see, this is why I say MSG politics is undefeated, because that was Grimes' spot since the summer. That was Grimes' starting spot. That was nobody else's starting spot. The reason why I wanted Cam Reddish to start was because he makes everybody else's game easier in the starting five. And when you need a bucket, he could get you a bucket by himself, right? So our best starting five lineup, I think it has a offensive rating of 143. It's RJ Barrett. It's not Candy. It's RJ Barrett, Cam Reddish, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. That's the best 5-man rating, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the best defensive ratings. To see him not starting bothers me, because I feel like, me personally, Quentin Grimes ain't put in no work. He absolutely put in no work for his starting job. So the whole practice BS that they were selling, let's throw that out the window. The whole earn it BS that they was talking, let's throw it out the window. I thought Alfred Payton was an anomaly when it came to that. After this Cam Reddish situation, please, everybody's fair game.
Yeah. That Quentin Grimes shit is really annoying, man. Because, I mean, look at his stats. He's averaging 5. I see you talking about it on Twitter. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. You know what I'm saying? Not even 2 assists, 1.7 assists, 2.8 rebounds. Not even a
Those
full
not Frank
steal.
stats.
That's Quentin Grimes stats. It's bugged out. Let me get the rotation.
Stats.
That's almost disrespectful to Frank Ntilikina almost, man. You know what I'm saying? Even a jump shot, like his jump shot is supposed to be what's the big draw for the kid, man. But the dude can't hit his jump shot. He's not shooting well either. So it's like, what do we do? It's like, we're super fans. I mean, we're not just fans of the team. We're super fans of the team, and we're like being held hostage,
heavily invested. I think that's a gift and a curse. Because when I see, if I see stuff like Quentin Grimes getting handed a starting position, stop it. If I see stuff like Quentin Grimes, I don't mean to hit you like that, but I'm sorry. When I see Quentin Grimes handed a starting position like that, it bothers me a little bit, bro. Honestly, it bothers me a little bit, because it's not just because of that. Now, I didn't speak to you since the start of the season. It's not just because of that. He was untouchable for Donovan Mitchell. And then last night's game, guess who says Grimes is untouchable? Clyde. So
Clyde, that made me laugh. Clyde was trolling the Knicks. He called him Mr. Untouchable. Like, what? So he's tired of it too. As long as he's been watching the Knicks, this is something kind of like I was saying this a little earlier, because my last pod, for those that are wondering, I did do a pod at like 2:00. It got corrupted. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully this one doesn't get corrupted, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we watched so much Knicks throughout the years. Clyde Frazier, he been watching the Knicks. He been doing Knicks games since the 80s, since about Patrick Ewing and stuff. So there's a lot of history that we can go. Right now, we done. This is like the final chapter. You know what I'm saying? Because we done experience every little thing. So now we get to the point where now we can't get better. We signed all of our youth that everybody wanted. Everybody's here. Nobody wants to make trades. Now we stuck with these guys. People are untouchable. Like, how do we get better? Do we just continue with this bullshit? How do we get better? When do we attempt to get better?
Zach LaVine. Before we get into the whole my Zach, because I got
is this the state that I remember, man? Oh my god!
Like, a lot has changed after seeing these first 23 games, man. I'm telling you, looking at the screen, and I'm looking directly at Mitchell Robinson's numbers.
Yeah, man. How many fights did we have over Mitchell Robinson, man?
We had plenty, and I felt like he deserved his money because he was playing for pennies.
Yeah,
he's not giving me $60 million production. He's not, and he had a great game against the Bucks. He had a damn good game. He had a first time against elite centers.
He shut me up because I was talking shit about him the whole beginning of the game, and then he came off, 20 rebounds and all this other stuff. But then he followed it up with what? He followed it up with a like you say all the time. He shit the bed, motherfucker. He needs a pull up. You know, he needs pull ups.
But into Mitchell Robinson's defense, he did say that we don't play offense that way. He did answer a Knicks fan on Twitter. He said, "Yo, we don't play that way." And listen, Mitch, I could defend you as much as I could your first 4 years. This is your 5th year. Okay. All right. If we was having a conversation about Tibbs, we could blame Tibbs in that conversation. Just strictly for this convo, just for Mitchell Robinson, I can't give you that pass. You got it.
How old is your nephew, man?
My nephew's 2.
Yo, 5 years ago, he wasn't even a twinkle in your sister's eye, bro. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't even a twinkle in your sister's eyes 5 years ago. He was not on this earth. You know, and I'm quite sure that the guy that she procreated wasn't even in the picture 5 years ago. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
My kid was 1 when Mitchell Robinson was drafted. He couldn't walk yet. Now my son, I hear him cursing at his brother sometimes. He's 6 years old. Him and the 6 and the 8-year-old in the room cursing to each other and stuff. Yo, shout out to Jay Boogie, man.
Yeah,
got Jay Boogie here.
Jay Boogie, man. So like I try to shout out, Jay Boogie is always, he's like a Knicks prophet. Not even a prophet, like
he's fucking Yoda, man.
Did
you been hearing the music he's putting out?
Yes, and I seen the videos clips to it too. Yo, Jay, man, you gotta hit me up, man. Man.
What the fuck, man? Me and staying in New York, man. Hit us up. Let us know what's going on, man. We'll pull up.
Word, man. You know, I'm like, this is the thing that let's get away from young core.
Yeah,
that's my new thing. I don't want to hear about young core no more. Eru, from now on, when we speak to each other, let's not talk young core. Let's talk about only how we could get better. I'm looking at multiple young players that we drafted. Obi Toppin is averaging 8. He's averaging 8 points. And Obi's probably the only person, Eru, that I could defend with his numbers. Probably the only person.
Yeah, at this point, this is the ages here, right on the side, on the left-hand side. That's the ages. I think was RJ Barrett's 22. I don't see no young people, man. I see guys that've been in the NBA for 4 years. You know, these are or like even the guys that are 2-year players, say Quickly and say like Grimes, and these guys have only been in the league for maybe 2-3 years. They're still 23, 22. You know, so there's no teenagers. We have no teenagers here. No, you know, we have guys that have their contract now, that are in there. They're signed their contract and everything. So, like the tape is off now, man. You know.
Yeah, man. Are we trying to? Like, I try to judge them accordingly, but I always try to put context behind it. Like, for example, matter of fact, I want to ask you this famous question because it seemed like the Twitter thread just don't want to answer the question. Like, dudes be trying to go around the bushes and all that. They be hiding like I'm shooting at them, Mr. Matrix. Has Jalen Brunson made anybody better next to him this season?
I saw you say that the other day too. I had that written down. I was gonna ask you the same shit. Shout out to Freezy. With Freezy, we was on Steph's show, and Freezy was saying it. He was going crazy. He said, "Yeah, man, Jalen Brunson, we signed him to this contract, and he's trash. He said that they don't make nobody better. He only bullies bad teams. He doesn't play good against like good point guards and that type of thing, good teams. So I mean, like if you really think about it, you know, like he is our best player. You know, and he's not playing with nobody worth the damn. But you know, but the truth is, who is he making better? You know, like I can't answer the question because like right now his role is he has to be Iverson. He has to be the guy, you know, trying to score. You know, like that's blasphemous, right? He got to be that guy. You know, the volume scorer, just throwing up shots and stuff. He has to be that guy. Yeah, you know, because our team is so bad.
And it's crazy because last game is where I finally got that mindset of, you know what? I'm gonna just let Jalen Brunson live. I'm gonna let him live with the ball hogging nonsense because he be ball hogging sometimes. I've seen multiple possessions this season where he's dribbled out the whole shot clock. Yeah, I've seen a possession earlier in this season where he dribbled out the shot clock. Literally, the ball went off his foot or his knee or something like that. Quickly picks up the ball in the corner and shoots it and makes it. And I'm like, yo, Brunson, yo, what are you doing? It reminds me of the Kimber situation, but in reverse. Remember Brunson first 5 games where he was just sharing the ball, diamond people, 10 assists, 10 assists.
Yeah.
Then what happened? I seen games he had less assists than Quentin Grimes. Well, not Quentin Grimes, Quentin Ntilikina. Yeah, less assists than Quentin Ntilikina and RJ Barrett. That's disgusting to me personally.
Yeah, the team shifted that quickly. We were playing good team basketball, everybody's moving the ball. It was fun. But then we started like losing, and next thing you know, here goes Julius Randle getting the rebound and bringing the ball up the court. Full back to next year, back to last year again. You know?
I don't even like arguing about Julius Randle no more. People know my stance on him. He plays no defense.
Yeah, shout out to Mike, man. Mike threw $2 at us too, man. He said, didn't Bagley say 40% chance Randall will be traded?
Yeah.
You know, I got respect for Bagley, man. Bagley gives us good information. He gives us,
Yes.
Whatever. But he's still a beat writer. He's still one of these guys, company guys too, man. So I mean, they're gonna throw these little stupid comments at us, right, just to get us to talk. Just to get us to get riled up and stuff like that. But it is what it is, man. I can't see us trading Julius Randle. Who are we gonna trade him for? I just don't know. Like RJ, we're not trading RJ. We just signed him. Even if we wanted to, I don't think we could trade RJ because he has that poison pill. We
Yeah,
can't.
you
We can't
can't
really.
trade him until sometime next year. I believe so. You can't trade
Yeah.
RJ Barrett. This might be the first time I agree with you in like 3-4 years upon this. Excuse me. Knicks ain't trading Julius Randle, man. I gotta stop, man. Knicks ain't trading Randle.
Yeah.
I screamed trade Randle over 1,000 times. I just said it over 1,000,000 times on Twitter. I got 2 Twitters deleted saying get Randle off my team. He's not going nowhere.
Yeah.
He's not going nowhere as long as Tibbs is the coach. As long as Tibbs is the coach, we just gonna have to accept Randle. Or
what about this guy here? What about Obi, man?
Well, Obi shooting 42%. Show me Randle percentage shooting as a power forward. Any power forward shooting under 50% on high volume who plays no defense, we can't have a conversation.
Yeah.
That's where I stand with it.
Yeah, Julius Randle leads us in 3-point attempts.
Oh,
six 3-point attempts, 6.5 3-point attempts for the season.
That is absurd how Quentin Grimes don't lead the Knicks in the 3-point attempts. Do you get the logic behind what I just said?
Yeah, listen, man. Quentin Grimes, he's averaging 2.9 compared to 6.5 for Julius Randle.
Come on, yeah. That's how you developing Quentin Grimes? Really?
I don't know, man. Even as a starter, I can put the starter minutes in it, but the starter minutes, he's only getting 7 more minutes, and the numbers don't change much. So it's not even worth even putting that up there because he's still not giving you the volume as far as shooting guards is concerned.
Yeah,
these guys are deferring to the quote unquote big three, Julius, Randle and Brunson.
Yeah, Quentin Ntilikina. You just stand in the corner, do your job, defend the other team's best player because RJ Barrett. What is up with RJ's defense, man? The man can't guard a ghost. Yo, bro.
When did that happen? Like, what happened to him? Because it's to the point now where I'm looking. I want to see medical records now. Did he freaking did he get hurt? Like, I need to see. He needs to go to CDMD or something like that. I need to see something, that's showing me that something physically is wrong with him. Because yesterday they had him. What's annoying too is that he has the reputation for being the defensive guy, guarding the best player. They had him starting the game yesterday, guarding the point guard. He was guarding Garland, and Garland was just going by him every single time.
But I, honestly, as a coach, that's where the 62-year-old head coach is a dummy to me because you've seen RJ getting constantly beat on dribble penetration all season long. But you know what's the issue with that, Eagle? The $100 million point guard can't defend neither. And I got a stat for you too that you probably didn't know this. I think Julius Randle got less blocks than Jalen Brunson this season. Look it up right now.
Yeah. He got 0.2. And what does Brunson have? They're tied right now as far as percentage, right? As far as average. 0.2 blocks.
Come on, yo.
But yo, guess what? RJ got 0.1, and he's the defensive stopper.
Oh my God. I like at this point, you got to know like your matchups. I think Jalen Brunson is a hell of a player. But for me, long term, Grimes is not the answer.
Yeah.
Just long term, and you want to Jalen Brunson. I prefer the Knicks. I prefer for the Knicks to actually just go in on mid. Just go in on mid. Just be super mid. Go get Zach LaVine. Go get Zach. What we waiting for? What we waiting for? Obi the Blossom.
I think to tell you the truth, I think we're waiting for the Lakers. I think the Lakers they got something going on with Chicago. They keep talking about it, so it makes you wonder if DeRozan really is going to go to the Lakers some kind of way.
Ooh, that so my scenario for that is the Chicago Bulls just go on a 10-game losing streak. They start losing crazy. The OD narrative about the Chicago Bulls that's really sucks for them. They're like the 2015 Knicks right now. Like they have no first round pick. Well, actually, we had no first round pick. They actually do have their first round pick, but the caveat to their first round pick is it's top 4 protected. Yeah. So if you're Chicago and you're watching Victor Wembanyama looking like Dirk Nowitzki mixed with Kareem, what is your incentive to win with that core? To be honest with you, it's no incentive. If they want to blow it up, I think they would actually try. They would actually talk about dealing DeMar DeRozan, but I don't know what they would exactly want. Matter of fact, I do know what they exactly want. They'll probably want both of the Lakers' first round picks, unprotected picks. If they're talking to the Knicks, like, and I'm just thinking from a Chicago's perspective, if I'm Chicago and the Knicks called me and I continue to lose, I'm going to say, I want Obi, I want Quickly, I want Grimes. What? Or are you going to give me RJ Barrett for Zach LaVine? Now, that's something I would never entertain because that's stupid because I want to go super mid. You don't go super mid and trade RJ. That's not happening under Tom Thibodeau. So the other name I got to throw in that I'm kind of pissed off about is Cam Reddish. Because you're going to continue to let him ride on the bench. Let that man go earn some generational wealth. Let Obi go earn some generational wealth. That's that Thibodeau's doing to them. He taking food out of their bellies. I don't like that.
Well, I mean, the same thing. These guys got to work too, man. I'm always on the opposite. I'm always like, these guys, like, say Obi's waiting for someone to give him the ball and give him a major role and stuff like that. But at the same time, sometimes you got to go for it. A lot of times, like Obi Toppin, he could just make the extra dribble and get to the rim. But instead, he makes that same dribble and then he waits and hands it off. You know what I'm saying? Like he has the option in the offense to go all the way to the basket and call his own number. He could do that. Same thing with Cam. He got the option when he's in the corner waiting, and he does his little sidestep and stuff like that. A lot of times when he comes in there, he's really looking to kick it out because that's what the team concept wants to do. But a lot of times these guys, they can just call their own number because they give that's the option in the offense. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're right though, because Tom Thibodeau drew the line in the sand already with this rotation stuff that we were talking about. This is the rotation here, our guys here. So why hold on to these guys if you're not going to keep them? Like Fournier, like Fournier already got his money. Fournier's 30 years old. He's in the prime of his career. Whether we don't like him or not, he doesn't belong with us, but he could belong on somebody's team.
Yeah.
So it's not fair to have him on the roster like this.
Nah, it's not, man. It's not. I don't like how Knicks. I said this. Matter of fact, I didn't say this to you yet. Well, no, I said this to you off live. Like, I just don't like the way the Knicks do business.
Yeah,
I don't like the way they do business. They do bad business. I don't like the way they're doing Cam Reddish. That is greaseball. That is the slimiest of slime. Like, that is slime what they doing to Cam Reddish. I don't even like the target that they put on Grimes back because you got dudes like me calling Quentin Ntilikina, and rightfully so. He was untouchable for Spider-Man.
What about Jericho, man? Jericho, my man, is like jumping over buildings in freaking the G League right now. It's like ridiculous. His head is above the rim. Like he jumps up, his hands look like it's about to touch the top of the backboard. You know what I'm saying?
Jericho is one of those dudes that will regret not playing and not keeping really long term, because he's a dude that easily leave the Knicks and go to a team that needs a rim protector and a guy who could space the floor but using his vertical leap. And whew, You
Yeah.
know, with the 10-10. I like Jericho Sims, me personally. I think Jericho Sims is good.
Yeah, like Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, I was mad that we signed him, but then the contract, like he makes 17 now, but then by the end of the contract, he makes 12. So that's fine. So I'm not really so mad about his contract and that type of thing. But like if you're looking at production, like if you line up Hartenstein, Jericho, and Mitch and put their minutes straight across the board, they basically have the same production. All three of those guys are decent rebounders. Mitchell Robinson obviously is the best shot blocker out of them. Jericho is probably more physical.
Mhm.
Hartenstein might be a better passer than all three. But it's like very marginal in their production. So I don't know, man. It's just odd. It would hurt me to lose Jericho. Just for the simple fact we just watching him do his thing. But at the same time, what's the difference between those three guys though? So like if we keep Mitch and we put on Jericho in the package, but the key is who do we get? Who are we getting back? That's the real conversation there.
So, so not looking at Chicago's roster right now, off the top of my head, I will want Zach LaVine and Kobe White, or Zach LaVine and one of their wings. I know they're not giving up their number 4 overall pick from a year ago, so I'm not even going to include him in the trade. But if the Knicks could get him too, then I mean, hey, I just can't think of his name right now. It's not coming to my head. Pause.
For it is on the Chicago Bulls roster, right?
Yeah, just can't. I cannot think of his name right now.
Well, they got Kobe White, they got Lonzo Ball, they got Derek Jones over there, Alex Caruso, they got
Mm-hmm.
Dragic over there still.
Yep.
You got Dosumu
Yeah.
over there.
Ayo,
Yeah,
Dusumu.
yeah.
I don't think they would. He's another dude, man. Chicago's in so much type of flux. Patrick Williams, that is his name.
Okay.
Patrick Williams. Um, Chicago's in so much of a flux. Like, if they was to like offer Patrick Williams, I think I'll probably put up the 2023 pick, top 10 protected or top 8 protected, like that, something like that. Put some type of protections on that. I would absolutely trade that pick if they wanted to offer me Patrick Williams. But it's touchy because we gotta hope that Dallas stay mid, because we got their 11 pick. Dallas pick is top 10 protected. So as long as it's 10 through 20, we'll take their pick. And we gotta hope that the Wizards get out of this funk they in. They 1-5 right now. They last 6 games, I believe. So
Yeah. All those teams are mid, man. They all like this guy Bradley Beal came out and said that there's no other team that he would like to go to. That there's not, he's like another one of those fucking guys. I agree with you with the just with the energy having to deal with him. All those guys are freaking bums, man. But that's where we at right now. We're in the realm of the bums right now. We're right now they got us. We're in the 10th spot. The Wizards are right there. Miami Heat is right there. Miami Heat got some players too. You got Jimmy Butler and all those guys. You know what I'm saying? Those guys might end up, changing, addresses to Chicago, Charlotte's in the doldrums right now. Detroit got Bogdan. You got Orlando got a couple players over there too that they could get rid of. But
yep.
we're in the mix. Those guys. We're definitely in the same breath as those guys.
Yeah. You just said a lot of teams that definitely need makeovers.
Yeah.
I think the team that needs the biggest makeover is probably Charlotte Hornets. It's sad that Miles Bridges cannot play this season, and rightfully so. I don't rock with the whole domestic violence thing. Um,
But
I'm not
they have replacements already over there though. They,
yeah, but they not Miles Bridges replacements. Like, you can't replace that production in that pairing of LaMelo and Bridges.
I agree with that though, man. But they still got they got Jalen McDaniels. They got what's the other one? They have two of them, right? They have Gordon Hayward. They got Kelly Oubre over there. They pay both those guys, and they play the same positions. PJ Washington's another guy. So I mean, they've been around a long time too. So they really shouldn't be in the doldrums. They didn't have LaMelo Ball, but they still had Dennis Smith Jr. was playing well. So I mean,
Not enough high end talent. They got some guys, not enough
yeah,
high end talent. That's a team that I would say personally, if I had LaMelo Ball on the roster, I would absolutely beg my team to trade for a superstar. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yo, shout out to Kai Jones. He's a former Knick. That was a year that we didn't draft nobody. And Kai Jones was actually our pick. And we got rid of him, and I think we ended up getting that European dude, whatever.
Yep.
But I mean, look at Kai Jones. Kai Jones is probably not going to be in the league in like 2-3 years.
We'll see, man. Knicks making a lot of mistakes, man. Like winning. I know we going from topic to topic, but I'm just throwing stuff
that's what it is, man. That's what it is right now. We're getting to the point now, like let's say like guys arguing on the internet. So I kind of like ignore Twitter for a while because everybody's arguing too much. But then it's getting to the same way where I'm cursing guys out in the chat. Guys coming in the chat and I'm freaking wasting a whole podcast just cursing people out in the chat. And then I go on like Sim Show, or if I go on Steph Show, it's the same thing. It's the same kind of thing. So the thing is, it's like we're all over the place and nobody's wrong. Nobody's wrong. Like I got some guys in the background. You can see Dolan on the left. You can see Leon Rose. You can see Tom Thibodeau. Fournier's there and Randle. Those are all the scapegoats right there. All the guys right there. It's the reason why that we're all fighting with each other.
Man.
We're the smartest ones in the room, the Knicks fans, and it's not fair for us. It's not fair for us to have to deal with this.
It's definitely not, because I feel like Knicks fans got all types of ideas to build the Knicks. It's just Leon Rose don't have an idea yet. Like he's still trying to sell Knicks fans on a young core.
Yeah.
Knowing damn well you tried to trade them boys for Spider. Like that right there. Like he is such a snake, man. Such a sleazeball.
That's the thing too. Donovan Mitchell thought he was a Knick.
You heard what he said last night on the post game after?
Yeah, I just was in disbelief. You listening to him and just like, like you can see that he don't want to be in Cleveland either. You can just tell, like their body language. Him and Garland were winking at each other and stuff while they were on the court. And they like how many times did they walk the ball up when they inbounded it and let it roll past half court, and the Knicks didn't defend it. They didn't try to pick it up. They weren't enthusiastic about the win. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's very weird. I don't know, man.
When it cures all, Cleveland is going to be in the second round of the playoffs. Cleveland is going to be a team that they're going to knock somebody out next year playoffs. If I'm Philadelphia, I am avoiding Cleveland as much as possible. I'm dead serious about that.
We'll talk about Cleveland. I mean, talk about Philadelphia too. Like all these teams, man. There's a lot of teams that are in like flux. Philadelphia, they got Harden, they got Embiid. They got they got Maxey, and they got Tobias Harris. They got 4 guys that can score 20 points per game on their roster. But why are they 12 and 11? They're literally like 2 games behind the Knicks. The Knicks are 8 games behind. They're 6.5. So we're talking about what, a game and a half? We're only a game and a half behind in Philadelphia. Why?
Embiid's been out a couple games. Harden's been out a couple games. Maxey was out there trying to survive by himself.
He still had Tobias though. He still had Tobias.
Yeah, Tobias is there, but we both know Tobias is a championship 4th or 3rd option, so he can't like carry the reins by himself. They just staying afloat right now. They getting ready for the playoffs, man.
Yeah,
they gonna rip off like a good 10-game win streak at some point this season, and we ain't even gonna be talking about that. Great players, they never like great players at that age at like 29, 30 and stuff like that, where Embiid is at. I think Embiid is 27 going on 28, I believe.
Yeah.
Those players don't ramp it up until like the middle of the season. And even before they ramp it up, they still giving up godly numbers.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking at there's always like buyers and sellers. We get to that point where are these teams pretenders, or are they really like playoff teams and stuff? I'm looking at Atlanta as a team that they're arguing over there. They just benched Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? They already have a point guard. They got a new point guard there that they can literally trade Trae Young this year if they choose to, because they seem to be vouching for the coach over the player. So there's a lot of little sidebars and stuff that's going on in the NBA right now. So, what are the Knicks? Huh?
Do you know what kind of trade package you could get for Trae Young?
Yeah, I mean,
if I'm Atlanta, see, the Knicks want to sign Jalen Brunson. Can't. Yeah. We got our point guard, so.
Yeah, I mean. It's just tough. I'm just looking at the. I mean, let me put it on the screen. I'm looking at these teams here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking. Atlanta. Is a dangling star, like we just said. But we don't really need Trey Young. At the moment. But I mean,
Right.
Indiana. Are they going to be 12-11? Are they going to be a winning team? Are they going to be a
Yes.
playoff team?
Yes. I
What about
firmly believe
Toronto?
it. Yes.
The Nets. You think the Nets are gonna
Is that a trick question?
because the Nets they might actually trade Kyrie also because they're kind of sick of that dude.
um,
Just from the distraction standpoint.
I mean, they're gonna make the playoffs. As long as you got a healthy KD, you making the playoffs. You're gonna win minimum 45 games.
Yeah.
KD's that himself.
What about Miami? Those guys are getting old over there.
So Miami is it's the tricky one because if I'm Pat Riley, I'm looking at that that lottery.
That's the thing. Tricky Pat Riley, man. Pat Riley has always been like one of those guys that don't give a fuck. So you know what? You guys ain't winning. Click, drop the grenade and blow the whole fucking team up. 2 years, he's back in the fucking playoffs with a whole different squad.
Yo, I've literally seen Pat Riley dismantle a roster, keep Wade on the roster, and get the second overall pick in the NBA draft. Literally, like I've seen him do it. So I know he could do it again.
Fucking Beasley. They tanked and got Beasley, kept Beasley for like a season, and then traded him like it's nothing. Next thing you know, they got Lamar Odom. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, they got Shaq. Next thing you know, they win in the championship with Antoine Walker and freaking Gary Payton and White Chocolate and whatever, and Alonzo Mourning with one kidney. So that's Pat Riley right there. So Pat Riley's a scary dude. So Pat Riley, he literally could trade everybody. So since the spotlight is on Miami, would you trade for Jimmy Butler at the moment?
No, I would allow Jimmy Butler to sign a free agency though. That's something I would definitely absolutely entertain. I was speaking about that on a Twitter Spaces, I believe like 3 days ago. I brought that up because I feel like Jimmy Butler, I don't know his age right now. Let me go on my phone to see Jimmy Butler's age. Jimmy Butler's a guy like he will be a great. For example, you just said the Miami Heat, right? You named off all those names you just said, right? All of those guys, besides White Chocolate, Hall of Famers, all of those guys, former All-Stars. If Jimmy Butler was interested in just coming off the bench when he's a free agent, hell fucking yeah, bring him on.
He's 33.
He's 33. So by the time he'll be a free agent, he'll be 34. I mean, yeah, shit, bring him on. And you know why I would love Jimmy Butler? Because he'll keep RJ on his toes. I love that. And Jimmy Butler going to challenge dudes in the locker room. Yo, come on, man. You playing soft. I would love to have Jimmy Butler as a New York Knick. But if he wants to come off the bench, dude, I have no problem with that.
Do you know his contract? His contract, I'm looking at it now. He has a player option this year. He's not getting rid of that player option because next year he's making 45, 48, and then he got another player option in 2025. Making 52 million.
Who?
This is Jimmy Butler.
Oh, but wait, hold on now. If it's about winning,
you get what I'm saying? A lot of bread, man.
Yeah, I know 50. But I've seen players who left money on the table, a la David West. David West left. How much he left on the table? He left 60 million on the table.
David West is fucking nuts, though. He's nuts. David West is nuts for doing that. There's no way. I think he bet on himself, and I know to this day. I know right now he's sitting somewhere on his porch with his nuts hanging out. Not doing nothing, fat as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure that he's counting those millions that he missed out.
No. I think he made that. He probably made all of that back in endorsements and stuff after the championship. You make all of that back. That's light cheese for me. Like I think he made that easily.
I got to put Jimmy Butler stats on the thing. His salary. I'm just use Basketball Reference, but I mean the numbers like it's unbelievable. I didn't realize that he signed until he's like 36. That big money.
Yep.
That is a Knicks contract if I ever heard one, man.
That's exactly why I said if you want to come off the bench.
For 36, for all the money that he's making, I'm trying to get to it now.
Championships. We trying to win a championship?
I don't know.
Come on now. You gotta want to win a championship at some point.
I don't know, man. But paying him 40 something million dollars to sit on the bench.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for one season. It's only for one season. You gotta take the vet minimum, baby. You know the Knicks signed every former All Star, so I'm just waiting for all of these dudes to become free agents. So. But I would love to have Jimmy Butler.
There goes those stats. Say, look at that, man. 52 million and in 2025. That's a player option. Sheesh, there's no way that he's gonna jump out of that contract. 52 million. He'll never make that much money in his life ever. You know.
God, damn.
Yeah, you better take your nephew to the park, man. Work on that jump shot. Start him early, man. These motherfuckers are making $52 million a year, man.
God damn, I got the hoop for him in the back. I'm gonna buy him some for Christmas too when I come back from Ghana. That's a fact. Because
see if they got them jump shoes out there in Ghana, man.
Oh my God, I got you, yo. Because I go to Ghana, I think, because I was gonna throw a gathering at my family business, but I'm actually going to Ghana for the first time.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people are talking about that. They like, yeah, what's up with state? People keep hitting me up about it. Like, you know,
I was supposed to have it. So if it's possible, I will have it on the 23rd. Hold on, let me get to the calendar right here. I would have it on the 23rd, and I would have to leave on the 24th to go straight to Ghana on a 16-hour flight. So I get the man. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna still do it.
you gotta do it because I mean, people are asking about it. They're trying to see like how they're gonna do it. They're gonna make an event out of it. I know for a fact Sim and those guys, because you know Sim don't live here. So Sim's like, yo, I could work it out where I could do something for like my mother or something like that, or you know whatever, and then I can make it a weekend or something like that, man. So
I bet. Hold on. I got you right now. Some 18. I think it was a game. Yep, the 23rd. So, yep. I'm gonna do it. And then the very next day, I'm gonna take my buttocks right to Ghana. That's the 23rd versus the Chicago.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So next week Saturday, I'm going to send out another post upon letting everybody know to come, letting everybody know where's it at. I told my uncle, because my uncle's a cool dude. So I told my uncle, he said, yo, no, how many people? So I said, I don't know. I said, what I do know is we gonna make some money that night. That's what I do know.
So listen, guys like Lee, I think Lee Valentine might pop in, man. Shout out to Lee, man. You know, thanks for.
Oh, I got a story for you. I got a story for you. Guess who was at my family business, yo? One day, and I pulled up, and my pops was there.
Who's that?
Yo, word two, Rob the Nick, right? Word two. This how it went down, dog. I swear to God, yo. I walk in my family business, right? So I walk in, I say, yo, what's up, Dad? So I see Rob, but he was talking to my pops, though. So I'm like, wait, my pops? Oh, shit. So Rob see me, he instantly stands up. Oh, that's Steak. But he drunk as hell, yo. When I tell you, yo, he was drunk, yo. Yo, when I tell you, he's like, oh, that's Steak. Oh, how you know? I knew it. Man, this man be talking crazy, man. So my pops laughing and shit. My pops is laughing, so they still talking shit. But the vibe and the energy was so crazy. I say, nah, yo. I know what type of energy that this shit gonna be if I get.
I'm trying to tell you that what you only had one person. Because I know for a fact some of these guys, what's my man with the beard that he's going crazy with the spaces now. That I brought the hoodie to.
Oh my God! Oh Mo, my God, Mo.
Yeah, Mo. I keep forgetting Mo's name. Mo is definitely gonna be there. It's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna pop up and pull up there from because they just want to have that vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, tell Sims pull up, man. Everybody pull up, man. I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna try to. I think the one thing I'm gonna do is I'll try to because you gotta have some type of incentive. I know I'm gonna be doing a podcast at the same time. I gotta have some type of incentive, some type of food or something. So I'll try to like gas my aunt up, yo, make me a pan and some, whip that up real nice.
Because we got guys we talk, what's his name, Eric L Beats. He's talking about he gonna get himself a chopped cheese down the block and come through and hang out. So people coming through on some like tap the bottle and twist the cap shit. You know what I'm saying? They coming through as a liquor store. They're gonna be buying their bottles. They're gonna have their cups. Hanging out. The only thing you really need, man, like I was trying to tell you, like to figure out how you want to do it, and just have like spots for people to sit and chill.
Yeah,
that's it.
Not for I kind of already know how I wanted to do it. I just wanted to, because I don't got none of my equipment here, because obviously I'm in my mom's crib, but I got the camera, I got all of that. Like, in cameras, mad clear and stuff like that. I got the mic and all of that. So I got the equipment. It's just a matter of
you should do, instead of like thinking of food, make people bring toys or some shit like that. Tell Delcast to bring something and put that shit in a plastic bag.
What type of horny shit you want?
I'm not talking about that type of toys. God damn, man. Look, I know I got Diehard Knicks is sponsored by Astroglide right now. I got it in my hand here. You know what I'm saying? But aside from that, I'm talking about toys for kids, man. You know what I'm saying? That would be dope, because it's the 23rd. You give like a
Christmas. Hell yeah.
Yeah, they'll throw some toys in the bag and we freaking get them shits out to whoever, That'll be dope. That'd be good for the business too.
Yo, that's a fact. Oh man, that was a great.
I just fucked you up. See, now listen, now I've ruined the day. Now I ruined it. Now.
Oh god, I'm definitely. I gotta call my cousin. I'm gonna definitely tell him. Like, we gotta.
Man, make it into like a big thing, because like if cats come through to hang out with you, they'll bring like some bullshit toy, throw it in a bag, and then you guys could one last thing, to put it on the taxes. You know what I'm trying to
say? Lee crazy. He said donations. Nah, Lee no.
You know what I'm saying? Cash App. Put the Cash App right on the window. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, not for sure, man. Hopefully the Knicks is on a winning streak by that time, man. We ain't gotta be angry.
Well, speak on that, man. Because I mean, the 23rd, like we were saying that this shit by the 23rd is the time where, like, if the Knicks don't got it by then we got to figure out if we're gonna be tanking and shit like that, man. So do you think, is there still like a glimmer of hope that by the time, like say like the 23rd, or by the time Christmas comes, that the Knicks, like, let's say like maybe this was like what do you call it, a gelling thing? Like the Knicks, we were just waiting for them to gel. Do you think they're gonna gel at this point?
So, all emotion aside, because I know Tibbs is hot garbage, this is one of the most elite, boring offenses I've ever seen. They're gonna always stay afloat as long as Jalen Brunson continues his Allen Iverson impression.
Yeah.
They can turn it around. Do I want them to turn it around? No. Why? I want Tibbs fired. So for me, I really don't kind of want them to turn it around, because we got to keep Tibbs for another year, and keeping Tibbs for another year is, I ain't too happy about that.
Right.
For me personally, but I always want to win. At the end of the day, you always want to see your team win, man. You don't want to see these dudes get their goddamn heads bashed in every game. So hopefully they could start off a winning streak. Hopefully Quentin Ntilikina could finally become Quentin Grimes, because he's Quentin Ntilikina until
further notice, right?
Yeah, man. He got to score 20 points 3 games straight. Then he could break that mold for me. If Randle and Brunson allow him to do. Oh, let me not even mention RJ. RJ, Obi was like this for a play. RJ said, "F you, I'm gonna go up on 3 people."
Yeah, how many times does RJ dribble off his feet, man? How many times did he drives and he just like feels like this, and the referee's looking at you like, man, get the fuck! I ain't blowing this. You wait for me to blow this whistle, man? Get the fuck out of here! This is the referee. Referee got the whistle. He's always like, I ain't giving you no foul, bro. You're not even looking at the rim, and you want me to blow the whistle, man? Get the fuck out of here!
Nah, yo, that's mad funny. I think that's a problem with RJ too. He looks for contact too much instead of just playing the game.
Yeah.
Guess who he's learning that from?
Julius? He's
Ding, 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 ding.
Yo, how many times does Julius do that? Like the up and on the move. He's sitting there, he's doing like this and shit back and forth. It's like, yo, what are you doing, fam? And then that either turns to a cross court pass or he just double pumps that double pump shot that he does, whatever.
I'm so like Randle. I don't even want to talk about Randle. This is RJ playing like Ruben Patterson. We got Cam Reddish looking like James Posey. Quentin Grimes is Quentin Ntilikina. Quickly, don't get me started with this ball hog. Who's the best defender on the Knicks? I want you to explain to me, Diehard. What is the purpose of putting Quickly in trade rumors for? What is that purpose?
Quickly?
If he's your team's best defender.
but listen to that though. Listen to that. Quentin Grimes is our best defender, and then, like
no, I said Quickly. Quickly.
Oh, Quickly, yeah, right. Quickly, but it's the same. It's the same joke though. You know, like Quickly is our best defender. Like, but I mean, but how trash is Quickly, bro?
I don't know. So Quickly is first in defensive rating, first in net rating, first in opponent field goal percentage, first in steals. He's played only 30 minutes and only 8% of games this season. Quickly's not trash to me. So from now on, when you watch Quickly, I want you to just think of Avery Bradley, right? When you think of Avery Bradley, I think it's better.
Yeah, Avery Bradley was good though, man.
He was good, but Avery Bradley wasn't good until probably like his 4th, 5th season. But you always knew the defense was there.
Nah, but Avery Bradley was really good though. He was really good. Avery Bradley.
Gotta put up his stats.
Yeah, all right. So we got to. He wasn't like he wasn't like 20 point a game scoring good, but he was better than Quickly, man. Who am I looking up again?
Avery Bradley.
Avery Bradley. Avery.
My comparison for Quickly. I just don't look at him as a point guard. When I stop looking at him as a point guard, I'm less mad with him.
Yo, also Avery Bradley had bunnies, man. That dude could jump out the gym. Avery Bradley
definitely did. See, Avery Bradley he had some stellar years, 15 points, 14 points. It was really the defense, though. Avery Bradley was a hellish defender, man. I used to love Avery Bradley. Peace, D'Angelo. I see you, brother. I used to love Avery Bradley. That's why when I look at Quickly, I just think of Avery Bradley. But it's like, why are you trying to trade Avery Bradley? I mean, Emmanuel Quickly. Like, I don't understand the reasoning behind that. I really don't. Did you know that Quickly and Quentin Grimes has a defensive rating together of 90? But no, we signed Brunson to 100 million.
I'm just laughing because, I don't know, man. But it's, we can make that argument for everybody. Like we paid RJ, but we got Cam. We paid Brunson, but we got Quickly. You know what I'm saying? We paid like Mitchell Robinson, but we got Jericho Sims. You know what I'm saying? Like all these guys, like we paid these guys for no reason, and we have guys replacing them on the roster already.
So here's how you can get away from that narrative, Mr. Leon Rose. Those players that Evu just said, that he just named, you got to put them in a trade.
Yeah.
And bring us something back good. Something really good.
Yeah, I got to throw my man in here just to everybody's excited because you're in here, man. The diehard state of mind is back in business, man. So everybody wants to show love.
Hey, Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. Diehard State of the Knicks podcast is back, baby. This is what we've been waiting for this for like 15 years, bro. What happened, man?
Nah. I had my position at work. They got me in a new area, so it's like really hard for me to consistently be on live streams. On top of the fact that days that I have off days, I've been working those days. So
Evergreen bullshit, man. Me and State was sick of each other. That's what the fuck that was.
Yeah, not even. Nah.
Me and State was sick of each other for a hot second, man. We had to have a little break.
He's full of shit because I saw the episode of the infamous blow up. So you ain't got to stay. I saw the episode. I was like, ooh. I was watching this. I was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen here? And then after that, it was just silence. But I'm glad to see that whatever y'all did on the offside, what I mean, y'all able to come to the table and start talking big shit again. So that's what's most important. But I only came on here because I caught this conversation about whatever this magical event that's supposed to be happening. I caught it at the very end. So what the hell is going on? And what is going on with this event at this at a liquor store? I feel like I'm about to go to a dice game or something.
Nice game.
I try to tell Stace. Stace thing is gonna be this wholesome thing. Let me get my aunt to make some rice and things of that nature, man. Yo, the people are gonna come through, with the freaking Georgie in the pocket and all that other stuff, man. It's gonna be crazy. Guys talking about chopped cheese on the side and all this, man.
All right, so that back and forth me and Ebru had was because we was debating about Evan Fournier, and it's funny because I learned a lot from that debate because I've been watching games, right? And it's certain things that I love to fight back against, but at some point in time, you just gotta face reality. For example, I don't want to hear about a young core no more. All I want to hear about is when we get in Zach LaVine. Because Quentin Ntilikina averaging 5 points, I don't want to go to war with him going to the playoffs. I think this team really wants to go to the playoffs. I felt like at the time, Cam Reddish was the best option. I didn't want to see Evan Fournier no more. Evan Fournier stinks. He had 4 straight games and he scored under 4 points. So we got past that, right? And now, as it stands today, I feel like the Knicks is mid and they do mediocrity stuff, and I'm just ready to go super mid. So I'm ready for this team to trade for Zach LaVine. That's just me personally, and that's where I'm at with it. I can't say build through the draft or build with the kids no more. Leon Rose, he said F the draft. I'm gonna trade out to get my godson $100 million. So I can't. It's certain things that I just don't even care about no more when it comes to my own personal preferences when it comes to the Knicks.
So State was in witness protection, my man said here. D'Angelo.
Nah, man, the Knicks, man, they just like the way they did Cam Reddish. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the way they did Frank. I don't like the way they did Knox. I did not like the way they did RJ Barrett his first 3 years. They still got him playing second fiddle. Now he's playing third fiddle while Jalen Brunson is getting his Allen Iverson on. Julius Randle's just Julius Randle. Obi's not getting no minutes. Mitchell Robinson is 7-7, making $60 million. There's so many issues with this team.
Yeah.
So,
you've been asking about that, bro. I know you.
So now the next part is.
That's what I want to talk about.
If you ever watched Black Ink New York on 113th and Lenox, my family owns that spot now because we own the building next to it. So we just decided to buy the property so that old Black Ink area where they used to be at, we inside there now. So Rob the Nick, who be on Belange Stairs with Uncle Freezy, I actually met him in person because he know my father, and my father was talking. So basically, the Chicago Bulls game is that Friday before Christmas. Eagle gave me a great idea. It was a great idea, like people should bring, because it's Friday before Christmas. I know the neighborhood people will go and pull up or some. People bring toys and bags, like throwaway toys and shit. We give it to the kids in the community, whoever walks by, or if somebody comes in the liquor store with kids, and we give them the goddamn toys. But basically, I wanted to have a watch-along party and just talk, like, and just have everybody in one area where everybody's, hey, what's up, man? Because I know it's a lot of people who I vibe with, who I rock with. It's people that Eru rocks with. It's people that you rock with. So imagine if
some people I don't rock with either. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you want to do? I'm here. You know, you be drinking and stuff, right? You know.
So hopefully, we can all get together and I run a live stream and we have some fun with it, man. And hopefully the Knicks win that night too. So
well, I'm actually coming up to the city. I'm in South Jersey, so I'm actually coming to the city for Christmas. So if y'all trying to make it happen like that, I would absolutely love to come up there. So you get it finalized, you let me know. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna shoot out the tweet next Friday. Because I have a good grip on everything. I know for sure. You just gotta get some like extra seats and stuff like that. Like if you spoke to Rob, or the next time you like on Belange Tears, or you speaking to Uncle Freezy, and you ask Rob, like, it's a big area, it's a place in the back where people could go. But we're gonna have a good time though. It's gonna be good vibes as long as the Knicks win the goddamn game, like at least. And it's a liquor store, so you don't even gotta come with liquor. You can just walk inside, purchase liquor right there. So it's like, you know.
With your debit card though. With your debit card, come in there first. Debit card first. You know.
Yeah, military discount.
Do my father do that? You gotta ask my pops someone, man. I don't think they do on military discount.
Fuck the military.
Yeah, that's how New York City is. I always ask them. They be looking at me. I'm like, yo, y'all get military discount? They be like, military? What the hell is that? So I might have to come up with my own little bottle of Douce or something. But I support business. You know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, if this is something y'all gonna kick off, you know what I mean? I'm with it. You know what I mean? I'm definitely with it. I'll be up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's a little get together.
Pull up, man. Trying to see if Sim could pull up too, man. Man, we're gonna have a blast, man. As long as the Knicks is man.
Sim's supposed to be in the city?
Well, Sim, you know, everybody's been asking me. You know, they're like they'll make a day out of it. You know, like they say, if State really gonna do it, then they'll do some business and then pop up in the evening just to hang out. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, if y'all making a day out of this, I mean, I was hoping that I was gonna get the opportunity to see one of y'all because me and my wife went to the Memphis game. Oh God, that game had me so mad. We went to the Memphis game. I was like, I wonder if I'm going to see anybody. And I actually had the opportunity. I met the Knicks chaplain, who's a real cool dude. I actually met him on a turnpike going up there at a rest stop. And you know, it was mad crowded at the rest stop. And I'm like, all right, man, like this guy's talking.
So you're just standing there like this, like this, like. Yo, shit, are you the Knicks chaplain? I'm a big Knicks fan, you know.
No. What happened was he saw me in my Knicks garb, if you will. You know, I had jersey on to fit it, and he just walked by and he was like, "You going to the game today?" I was like, "You absolutely goddamn right, I'm going to the game." And okay. He goes, "Yeah, I'm the chaplain," and he showed me like his little MSG. Little name placard badge that said staff on. I was like, oh, he was like, oh, I said, yeah, I'm the chaplain, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm the one that does the invocation for them and does the prayer before every game or whatever. And then
he's not doing a good job though.
Huh?
He's praying for the Knicks. I mean, what kind of prayers is he giving up, man? Because it's not working for us right now.
Right. So afterwards, you know, he's like, oh, you know, I do the prayers, blah, blah. He's like, maybe I'll see you at the game. And I was like, all right, yeah, absolutely. I'll see you. You see me and my wife, because my wife had on a goddamn John Morant jersey that pissed off that I bought, but whatever. So now we on second tier. And actually, you remember where we were sitting at the Garden when we went to the home opener? My wife and I were sitting like, I think we were sitting at like row 11, 12, and 13. My wife and I were sitting at like row 4 and 5 down there by the camera or whatever. So when we was on the second tier, we be walking around to go buy some fire water, and the chaplain came and bed back around the corner. Right, he was like, "Oh yeah," he was like, "You're the guy I met at the turnpike," and I was like, "Oh yeah, what's going on?" And he gave me a card, and you know, me and him for a little bit. So he's a cool cat.
That's
you know, so, needless to say, the prayer still didn't work because we lost the game too. But nonetheless, I was hoping that I would run into one of y'all because that's kind of more important to being able to see people that I know. So the fact that y'all are setting up this little event and we could all show up and kick it and show support to a business is dope for me. So count me in, bro. Count me in.
This is Eric LB's here. This is what I was saying. Eric said he's gonna come through with the chopped cheese, fam. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna come through with the good chopped cheese and roll up there and support.
Bro, I know I'm not in the city every day, bro, but chopped cheeses are disgusting, bro.
Oh, this guy. This fucking guy.
Ain't you from the Bronx? No, that's a Bronx thing. Chopped cheese is not a Brooklyn thing. We didn't do that in Brooklyn. But I mean, that's like an uptown Bronx thing.
Soundview. I'm from Soundview, bro. I've never seen nobody making. That's new. That's the kids, bro.
They ain't new. You from Soundview. That's the point. That's the reason why.
I never know chopped cheeses.
They don't make chopped cheeses in Soundview, Evergreen. I'm
Really?
telling you.
And
And
so when I
Harlem,
hear people talking about it, I'm like, yo, that sounds disgusting. That sounds like diabetes, bro. Like, what are we doing here?
kid.
Well, I mean, add this to it too. 19 comments said the Aki way. Added the Aki way. That made this sounds even worse. You know what I'm saying? Thank God I'm vegetarian. I don't fuck with none of that shit, man. To tell you the truth.
They
Yeah,
keep
shout out
that
to King Ribby. Absolutely, I cannot fight, man. So listen, you want to knock me out? Go ahead. I'm gonna just get up, sit down. You know what I'm saying? That's all. After I sleep a little bit, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna be refreshed. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Paris Duggar. He just dropped $2 up on the
Zach
thing here.
LaVine got bad knees. I know he got bad knees. Who cares? We're going to be super mid. If we're going to be mid, I want to be super mid. I don't want to just stay mid. That's your standards. My standards is higher than that. If I'm going to fall in line with what Tibbs wants, go get me somebody so we can be super mid. I'm throwing my hat in the ring for Zach LaVine.
Well, you said Jimmy Butler though, man. Jimmy Butler for $40-something million, $52 million by the time he's 36. That is shooting for the stars.
I'm not trading for him. He could come in free agency.
Yeah,
that's a no-no for me.
Yeah, but I think if he was to get Zach LaVine, I think it would change things a little bit. But it really depends on who we give up. Like if we giving up like Fournier and a bunch of young guys and draft picks and that type of thing, and then and when we get Zach LaVine added to Julius and RJ and things of that nature, I think that actually would be the treat. I think that would be the actual move that would push us into where we need to go. What do you think about that, Green?
If we got to get rid of Cam, I don't want to get rid of Cam, bro.
But we getting Zach LaVine though.
Sure.
But and also too, Cam Reddish is not going to be the focal point because he only make like, I'm not even sure how much he makes. He doesn't even make $5 million, I think.
Nope.
Yo, at this point, bro, if we get rid of Zach LaVine for RJ, I mean, I'm with it. And I know State is the RJ guy, bro. But if we can get rid of Cam, if we can get rid of RJ and keep Zach LaVine and get Zach LaVine and keep Cam Reddish, I'm with it, bro. I'm with it.
That's poppycock because RJ Barrett not for sale. When I said super mid, I didn't include RJ Barrett in that trade. Cam Reddish is going in that trade. Are you bugging? First of all, we already got bad press because RJ Barrett was in the Donovan Mitchell trade, and Nick beat reporters was, RJ Barrett's untouchable. That ain't happening. I think what would happen, and I think that's a PR hit too, because now you're trying to trade RJ twice. I don't think that's good business. What young player is gonna want to play for you? Yo, you trying to trade me? So I think Grimes is a placeholder. That's just me personally. I think he's a placeholder for Zach LaVine.
Yeah, he only makes 2.2 mil though. But like if we did trade for Zach LaVine, Grimes off the bench would be fantastic.
Yeah, it would though. But quickly sounds better off the bench.
Whoa, easy.
What is quickly though?
I'd rather like if you had to choose out of those three and you had to pick one, who you keeping out of a Zach LaVine trade?
Wait, who do I keep?
No. If you had to pick out of quickly, Obi, Reddish, and Grimes, you had to pick 2 out of those 4 to keep out of that Zach LaVine trade. Who would you keep?
Reddish and Obi.
Keep?
I think I'm not keeping Obi. For what? So he could rot on the bench behind Julius Randle? You got draft picks. You could draft Julius. You could draft another guy at the 4.
Man, let's be the second team to trade a coach, man. I'm trying to trade. So you throw whatever you want and send Thibodeau's ass back to Chicago. Bye.
My thing is, I think like if we're gonna do it, we gotta go all the way and do it. Not just if we get Zach LaVine, we trade some of these guys at the bottom to get Zach LaVine without trading Julius, RJ, and Brunson. I think that's dope. But then you don't leave it at that. You got to scrape the plate and trade for somebody else too. Really just got to go hard. You know what I'm saying? Because we got the draft picks and stuff like that. So like you just said, we can always draft another person to have in the fold. It's not like baseball. Like baseball, you can hold guys for years, but
But we all right. Again, because we could talk about all these hypotheticals. Mm-hmm. Are we under the assumption that Evan Fournier is automatically included in that?
Yes.
He's got to be.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure because I wanted to add context to it for money purposes because I'm the money guy when it comes to dealing with these issues. But as long as the NBA is up to 15, bye.
Well,
Evan Fournier,
I got the salaries here. So Evan Fournier's making 18. Derrick Rose got 14. You got Hartenstein got 7. Cam is making 5. Obi's making 5. So I mean, put all those guys in the pot. We should be able to get 2 guys out of there. Two possible, rotation guys out of that. What do you think
That's
about
a fact. And think of it like this, Evergreen. If you trade, see, I can't trade both Quickly and Grimes in this deal. Like they're gonna have to pick one out of one of those dudes. But if you trade a guard, you can easily replace them with Kobe White. Now, do I know Kobe White can defend? I don't know.
Kobe White couldn't. He don't defend nothing, bro. What do you? No, no.
From like the Bulls' perspective though, like if they trade Zach LaVine, they're probably gonna want Kobe Kobe to be the shooting guard now. He would have to be the young guy, see what he can do type of thing,
Yeah,
if they traded Zach LaVine.
But they wouldn't do that with Chicago. Chicago already knows what Kobe White can do. He's been there for 4.5 years.
Right.
They know what he's about. They know what he does. And the reason they know what he does is because even throughout all of Zach LaVine's injuries, Kobe White has been a guy that was playing the combo guard. He's essentially playing the same exact position and in the same exact role that Emmanuel Quickley is in. Only he doesn't jack up nearly as much. So he's the same guy. So we're gonna move on from Quickley to bring in Kobe White off the bench to do the exact same thing that Emmanuel Quickley's doing.
Right.
The only difference between Kobe White and Emmanuel Quickley is Emmanuel Quickley has a faster first step, and he's like
facial hair. I think Kobe got facial hair.
Yeah,
that's about the difference.
Outside of that, though, they're not really much of different players. So this is why I say, if you're going to do something like that, like Quickley, and I already don't believe in Grimes, so he's expendable to make the money match up. And the biggest addition to the money is a matter of, Derrick Rose. You want to send Derrick Rose home? Okay. I like him still. I would like to continue to see him as that, that secondary point guard. But if we're trying to make the money match for 2 players to get 2 players back from Chicago, bye Derrick Rose, bye Evan Fournier, definitely, bye Quickly, bye Grimes. Give me back 2 guards and let's run.
What do you think about this here? People keep mentioning SGA. I think OKC is keeping SGA. I just think they have it in the plan that he's already that guy that could score, the go-to guy. They're adding guys every year. You got Giddey. You got that other dude that they just added. I think his name is forgot his name, but he's what's his name? They added somebody else on the squad that's really good. They got a bunch of guys.
I mean, yeah, I think I can't get his name right.
Yeah, I can't get his name either.
Well, he on OKC. Jalen Williams.
Yes, they have a guy. They have 2 guys with the same name on the roster, but whoever's the small forward, he's another good guy. Then they also got the Holdrum cat. So I think they're building for something. I think next year they're hoping they can get that Walla Bing Bang guy. You know what I'm saying, or Amen Thomas or something like that. One of those guys. They're anticipating getting one of those. So they're not going to get rid of SGA because they're thinking on a different plane than we are.
19 Con Man says Chet, but Chet is unproven in every facet of the way, and he's injured right now. Ain't nobody think about that dude. So he can stay right over there and play 2 minutes in the preseason, get hurt again next season.
Yeah.
Somebody's really worried about him. But
potential's there for him though,
Yeah.
Listen, man, I don't really like dealing with potentials, right? Because if that's the case, then you can just argue for trying to win a championship out of the draft and not making any trades, just like OKC has allegedly been trying to do. They got so close with 3 superstars and they didn't make it happen. So the potential is out the window for me. I'm looking at what I do right now.
Why they didn't make it happen? Because their owner was cheap. Got to put context behind everything, brother.
Yeah,
sure. But is it the same owner? Is it a new owner now in OKC?
Nah, it's the same owner.
Okay. So that's they're banking off of the same exact potential that everyone else was looking at. Oh yeah, this guy looks good in the draft. He's got potential, but we're not in a high enough position to get him yet. So all I'm saying is this idea of potential. No, if you want to draft a player and experiment with him and he's good, I'll trade for him, right? I'll trade for him and bring him in. But just all this potential stuff, like one of y'all alluded to earlier that I heard, like, we're not in a position right now to be dealing with building through the. We got all of these draft picks, and we don't have enough space to be able to have all these draft picks sit where they need to be. So at some point in time, we're gonna have to move off of all of these. And I think me and State at one point in time, I feel like me and State were the only two that was talking about getting Bobo to this team on the draft. I'm pretty sure.
I like Bobo too, man. He's an ugly motherfucker, but I like Bobo. I think Bobo right now, I think like he would be like our number 2 guy or something like that. The way that he's been playing.
So I got videos, I got receipts of me talking about it. Like, yo, I want Bobo. You know what I mean? I want Bobo. We got to get that kid here. And then Denver sat him, and I was like, God damn, like that kid he's gonna be something special. As soon as he gets that move over to Orlando, now he's balling out. But I'm not sure whether I should believe it all because he's playing with Orlando. So it's like, what?
But let's say if we did sign Bobo, right? He was on our roster right now. So I mean, like now, cause we signed Mitch. You get what I'm getting here, right? Mitch is the starting center, right? So now we got Bobo on the roster. Where's Bobo play?
Yeah, can I stop you real quick, Evergreen? You know why I hate this combo? Because Bobo wouldn't be Bobo on the New York Knicks the way he's going in Orlando, man. We both know this, man. Tibbs had Bobo in the post catching post touches, man. Yeah. Tibbs would tear his ACL if Bobo brought the ball up the court on the coast to coast play. Let's be real.
This is why I say let's really, I can't stress this enough, bro. I've been talking about this shit for 3 years. Like, we have to get rid of Tom Thibodeau, bro. We have to get rid of this guy. Like, and it feels like everybody over the last 2 years has really been like slowly weaning towards carrying that same opinion on me that I have. But like, what else is it going to take? Like, what more do all of you people need to see to show that Tom Thibodeau has to go, bro? Like, what more do you need to see? I think the only thing that's left to see is like he having a blow up on a player in game. Like, he comes on a court and like smacks shit out of somebody or something like that. Like, that has to happen. Like, it's bound to happen. But there's people that are like, yo, Tom Thibodeau's that guy. I still love him. Like, you guys are frauds, bro. You guys are frauds. Like, you guys aren't watching basketball like everybody else is watching basketball.
Yeah, do you guys remember Hunt? That was the guy, Karen Hunt. That he was
Kareem Hunt, player, who used to be on Twitter Spaces instead of working on his game.
Yes, look where he is now. Bobo will be sitting in somebody's Twitter space right now, getting traded. Right now to another G League team. That's what we happening to
Bobo. Bobo worked on his game. He wasn't worried about Twitter Spaces. You see the difference between Knicks players and other teams' players. Dude, like.
So who developed Bobo? Who developed Bobo though? Who developed Bobo? Because that's a big question. They will develop. We don't develop our players. Who developed Bobo?
Orlando coach. Orlando coach. I think Bobo already had the skill, but you need a teacher to hone that skill in and also say, yo, go play your game. For example, imagine.
I think Bobo already had the skill and the development.
Nah, I don't think he did.
Listen, the issue was he was playing behind Jokic. He was in Denver playing behind Jokic. He wasn't touching the floor. He wasn't, dude. Jokic was the MVP the year that Bobo was drafted. He wasn't touching the floor.
Yeah, I cannot let that excuse slide only because I felt like he was not ready. His first 2 seasons, excuse me, he wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. He was goofy, really goofy. He had the skills. Absolutely. Now. Yeah, he's goofy now. Yeah. But I think what like his goofiness and the skill I think is meeting each other now. His skill is starting to surpass the goofiness. He's becoming a grown man now. But I think when he was with Denver, I think maybe the altitude was messing with his equilibrium or something like that. He was a little off when he was in Denver. Growing pains and stuff.
Orlando gonna be so tough in like 2 years.
Yeah.
My
Not if-
God, if they gotta put RJ Barrett on Pilar Bonchero. Oh my God.
You hear what you say in 2 years? That's a fact, though. OKC is going to be good in 2 years. Orlando's going to be good in 2 years. Shout out to Detroit; they're going to be good in 2 years if they can get somebody else. In 2 years, what the fuck is happening with the Knicks in 2 years? Are those guys going to surpass us too? Is Orlando going to jump over us? Is Detroit going to jump over us? You know what I'm saying? Like we at a crossroads now where like, okay, are we going to start selling or buying? You know, and in that time there, like, are we looking to leapfrog some guys, or what's going on here? We got to go for we got to shoot for the stars.
2 years, hope to be at least with another coach.
If we'll be in the fucking lottery, and we will still be, all three of us will be still like this. Oh my god, you know, crazy.
That's listen. I'm keeping my expectations low. Give me another coach, and we can reevaluate this whole entire conversation.
By the time we have another coach, at least 10 of these motherfuckers ain't gonna be on the Knicks.
Yeah. If we keep talking, State's nephew is gonna be on the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. We're gonna be talking about drafting Kean Anthony, you know, in like 2 or 3 years.
Oh my God, yo, the Knicks, they got all these protected lottery picks. They got all these players that they supposedly are coveting right now. I'm scared, man, because I don't know where the Knicks is going to be in 2 years. And this is a question I asked you 2 years ago, and I just hit 30 years old. What are we going to be in 2 years? Now, 2 years today, we are still mediocre. We have no superstar, right? We have no current all-star on the roster. Don't tell me about Julius Randle we have no all-star on the roster. We have no number one option on the roster. We have no number two option on the roster. We have no closer on the roster. The next Knicks fan that tell me Brunson is a closer, I might break my TV. Like
one option though.
We're not going nowhere.
You see this number here, 2018? That's when I started the podcast. I was still getting haircuts in 2018. Okay, I was still getting lineups. You know what I'm saying? I was going to the barber and he was shaping up my little shit here. You want to see my hairline now, man? Look at this fucking shit. You know, 4 years. You know, like let's put a marker on Evergreen's hairline. Let's put a marker on State's hairline. In 2, 3, 4 years, you're gonna be looking crazy like me. You know, and the Knicks are still gonna be in the same fucking spot, man.
My joint, I mean, the waves are still spinning with my joint, but it's starting to like right here on the side. It's starting to push back a little bit. You know what I mean? So, and I don't know if it's because of my job or if it's because of this Knicks shit, but I know it's happening, and I need to get my life together.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But
I didn't mean to bring it down. Bring down the, you know, like you're like contemplating your life and shit now. Lord have mercy.
The oven on.
Yeah, this whole thing is frustrating, and I would not be as frustrated. Who State was that you on Twitter that said we should have kept this guy and it was a picture of Mike Miller?
No, that damn sure wasn't me.
Nah, he wanted Mike
Miller. I hate Mike Miller.
Somebody posted that, and I was like, "Wow, I would take Mike Miller over Tom Thibodeau right now."
They got to explain why he don't like Mike Miller, though. He don't like Mike Miller for a specific reason. That's his whole narrative that he has. He's still on that shit, man.
Yeah. What? I feel like my point still stands. He started Alfred Payton and Mo Harkless over Evan Fournier. Oh my God. More men. He started Alfred Payton and Mo Harkless over Frank Ntilikina and Kevin Knox. And cost me Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball. And I'm going to take that to the grave.
Bro, what?
I'm telling you, it's crazy, man. But he's right.
Meaningless games. Right. You won 21 games, right? To draft Julius Randle's backup. Think about it like this. You won 21 games to draft Julius Randle's backup, only to complain 3 years later after you draft his backup to watch Tyrese Halliburton average 20 and 10. Come on now. My beef with Mike Miller is because he's a part of he helped ruin the franchise a little bit. Oh my God.
Hold
God,
up.
you not with the toys, my G?
You got it. That was not that Mike Miller coaching was not under the Leon Rose regime. That ain't got nothing to do with. They ain't got nothing to do with that. For all you know, Leon Rose could have took over when he did, and they could have said, "Hey, we're tanking now. We're gonna lose every game, and we could be
It was
fine."
already too
Mike,
late.
no. They could have lost every game from the day from the day Leon Rose took over. He could have came in and said, "You know what? We want to implement State's plan, and we want to try to get that draft pick at the top. Lose every game from this point on." Right? So that's not Mike Miller's fault. Like I get what you're saying, but Mike Miller was doing what he was supposed to be doing, which is trying to secure his job. So he's supposed to do that.
You agreeing with me?
So no, but what I'm saying is that you can't get mad at him for trying to win.
We drafted Julius Randle's backup because he tried to win. You think I give a damn about his job security, bro?
Bro, what I'm saying is your aggression and your anger towards this is misguided. It's you're
I'm sorry.
Man,
bro,
man, man.
bro,
Stop it, man.
this
I watched Alfred Payton and Mo Harkless after the All-Star break just for us to draft
example.
Julius
This
Randle's
is
backup, Evergreen. Come on now.
no, this is the example that I'm giving.
Okay.
You let's say you're watching a boxing match, right? And a dude knocked out. And then the boxer gets mad. He stands up and he goes and the guy that just got knocked out, he gets mad, stands up and punches the cameraman. Right? And then like yeah, I got knocked out, but I'm mad that everyone is making fun because they saw me. So the cameraman got to get it. The cameraman is just he's just doing his job, bro. That's it. Mike Miller came on this team as term coach, and he was just doing his job. Now, when Leon Rose and them took over, and Leon Rose was the guy, he could have said, "You know what? I've been listening to this guy, this gentleman on Twitter by the name of State. You know what I mean? State. He has some really awesome points. We want to try to get higher up in the draft. We got X amount of games left. We need to lose all of these in order to make this happen for what State wants to happen, right? But so again, Mike Miller could have came in and said, you know what, we're going to implement this system. What happens if they don't get rid of Mike Miller? You feel what I'm saying? If they don't get rid of Mike Miller was not that he was on a winning streak, but he had the potential to get us and keep us at 500. Not that it was an almighty fifth seed issue, but the way he was coaching, the way he was playing, we were nowhere near as far as what that the DF guy had us at.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that it's I get like to pinpoint at something, but if that's the case under that ideology, like you should be looking straight at the front office and saying you guys booked at the very beginning.
So it's funny that you said front office because that's exactly where I was about to go. So I should have known Leon Rose was disgusting at his job then. So you know what? I'm glad we had this talk, Evergreen.
So do you feel better about Mike Miller?
Fuck no. I'm sorry, my nephew right there. You made me feel worse.
I think after you analyze it, you might say, you know what? I might be a little emotional, and rightfully so. I'm not mad that you are, but I think, what the fuck is that? Is that a DeLorean? What is that?
Yeah. We talking about the past when we need to get a time machine out this motherfucker, you know?
Listen, all I'm saying is that, yeah, like Pudge said, the objective is to win at all times, right? Whatever you got to do, if you got to get on the court and shoot a bunch of people in their foot, you know what I mean? Like, whatever you got to do to win, I'm all about it. And everyone's goal and job should be that. So I'm not sure if, what we argue is about the way to win, whose way is better, whose way is more important. And right now, the guy that we currently have with the deep voice, that guy's way to win hasn't been winning us a goddamn thing. But there's this guy that was really excited for us a couple years ago named State, who was like, the almighty fourth seed. The almighty fourth seed.
That's a good impression. I like that impression. It's a good one.
We gotta get to that. Oh, we about to change. That was State, right? So I love that State shaking his head like this because he's aware that this is a matter of conviction, and that's okay, right? But we are here to comfort each other. We're here to comfort each. I can't hear you. You muted, big dog. We're here to comfort each other.
Check out. Well, you still muted. You still muted, State. Let me see if I can get you out of here. There you go. You open.
Do you think meaningless wins are good for the development of young players in the culture? Josh, let me ask you a question. You thought 37 wins in 2003 was good for the Knicks long term? You thought 37 wins in 2009 was good for the Knicks long term? You thought 21 wins for the Knicks to draft Julius Randle's backup was good long term? You thought the Knicks winning another 37
Josh, he's
games?
calling you, Josh. That's the link to get into this thing here. He's calling you right now.
Was winning 37 games last season was good? Josh, stop your nonsense, man. The only reason why you acting like this, Josh, is because your man Randle is dog water. That's the only reason why. And he's dog water on defense. Josh, I have yet to see you post on Twitter about Randle's defense at all. At all. You was the same man trying to trade RJ Barrett for a whole 4 years. You couldn't wait for RJ Barrett to look like this. People like him is the reason why you need people like me. I asked a question. Well, show me Julius Randle defensive stats. I asked you a question. You ain't answer it the last time we spoke. Goddamn cornball. I love you though, Josh. Keep doing your thing.
Damn.
Love you though, man. But you gotta stop your nonsense, man. Like your man Randle was all gravy. I seen a play yesterday. That man just stood and watched the man shoot the three. Just stood and looked at Donovan Mitchell. Donovan could have scratched his booty if he wanted to.
The Knicks are so bad right now. Like they're switching and don't care. They just switch. Like it happened the other day. I think Julius switched on Grimes, man, and Grimes stood there looking at him like, not Grimes, Deuce. Deuce is standing looking at Julius like, yo, what the fuck? And he had to he's standing because I'm at my man already. Get the fuck out of here. Go back to your guy. So then Deuce had to go guard the power forward. So it's like we just in total disarray here, man. So besides the past, we got the DeLorean and stuff here, but let's go to 2022. What do we do next? Like what is right now? Because there's no wrong answers. There's no wrong answers. There's no right answers neither. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like what is what do we do next? What do we do now?
Fire Tibbs.
Fire Tibbs.
Fire.
Yeah, Diehard, man. What, dog? What I told you earlier about accepting reality. Evergreen he's just gonna continue to wake up every morning and just not accept reality with the Knicks. Evergreen, I accepted it yesterday.
I've accepted it that he's not going there, but if you ask me an opinionated question about what do the Knicks do in order to make this team better tomorrow, I'm gonna tell you, fire Tibbs, and the majority of my issues are resolved. The majority of them.
But if we fire Tibbs, right? Do you think the interim coach, whatever, is all of a sudden going to get everybody right?
Yes to whatever question you're about to ask. Say if we fire Tibbs, and I'm gonna just cut you off and say yes. Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Everybody.
If we fire Tibbs, yes. If we fire Tibbs,
he's here.
Oh man. 28%.
You thought you was gonna get away with that, huh?
28% 41%.
Maybe put them next to each other. There, put them right next to each other.
Oh man, what's up, Josh?
Hello, fellas. Good evening. How's it going?
Peace.
I'm good. Watching RJ Barrett look like Ruben Patterson, watching Julius Randle look like the second coming of Enes Kanter on defense. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just ate some food, some dinner, you know what I'm saying? Drinking a little beer over here, you know what I'm saying? Listening to you talk nonsense. I don't know how long y'all been on so far, but you just been talking nonsense ever since. Listen, straight up, Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, I always thought they weren't a good pairing together. Always. I just didn't like them together. They operate the same space on the floor. They're not going to take us to the next level. I always said RJ Barrett was a role player, which you disagree with, right, State? But That's looking like a good take right now, doesn't it? Right. But
So what is Randle?
Randle's all-star caliber.
He is though.
You still don't
He
get
is.
it. Y'all still don't get it.
Well, Randle still made the All-Star team though, but RJ still hasn't done it though. So
Yo, if you mention that COVID season, right now, let's move past that. Let's grow up now.
Okay. Let's move past it. Let's move past it because
Let's
RJ had a good year. RJ had a good year that year too. Right? You were capping for him that year, right? But let's get past that. Let's get past it.
Wait, hold on. Eru, as God is my witness, have you ever heard me bring up RJ Barrett's 3-point shooting from the COVID season or anything of that nature? All right, let's move on.
What can you bring up from RJ though? What can you bring up from RJ though? He's your guy, right?
The Knicks is my guy.
I see you moonwalking. All right, you keep moonwalking, man. Yeah,
let's moonwalk. RJ's untouchable. RJ's untouchable.
Still,
I'm not trading RJ.
You don't want Donovan Mitchell?
You could have got Spider-Man without trading RJ Barrett. I'm taking that to my grave. But Mr. Untouchable averages 5.2 points per game. Quentin Grimes. So don't get at my boy RJ Barrett. He wasn't Mr. Untouchable. He was in the trade. Regardless of how I felt.
So he's untouchable. Okay. Regardless. Okay. You're
I
absolutely
view him
correct
as
about
untouchable.
that. The point is both Julius Randle and RJ Barrett don't fit well together. We all know this already, right? But listen, my take is always going to remain the same. For those who thought that this Knicks team was going to do anything more than be a mediocre team, you were fooling yourself. And I was saying this in the offseason when everyone thought everything was all fine and dandy and everything was going to be great. The Knicks don't need to talk to anybody. They don't need to talk to the media. They don't need to do it. No. For what? The Knicks are doing it just right. They're doing it. Hold on. No, Evergreen. Hold on. Let me get you. Right? They were doing it just right. Just right. Everything's going to be fine. And when people like myself and others said that they were going to be a mediocre team, when people on ESPN said they were going to be all right with a mediocre team, everyone came down on them. And that's exactly what's happening now. And guess what? Knicks fans are mad. They're pissed off, right? Because they thought the team was going to be better than what they are. But guess what? You were naive to think that. So Unclefoolio was right. Unclefoolio was right about RJ 2 years ago. Unclefoolio was right about this current Knicks team. And for everyone who called me out, you got egg on your face now.
Wait, Josh. So now, I'm so glad to hear Josh because I finally converted him to the dark side. This wasn't your energy last summer, first of all. Second of all, I'm so happy you finally came to reality. This is what I'm hearing.
I gotta say this though. Like the first time I ever heard Josh's voice, he was talking about that we need to that we need to bench RJ Barrett. Okay, like, I think the first time I ever heard his voice, I'm like, I know who the fuck that guy is. That's the guy that was calling the other day, and all of a sudden now he's on Sims panel. He's been saying the same shit for the longest.
And guess now, some more fans feel that way now than they did before, didn't it? Funny how that works, right?
We want to trade RJ Barrett. Let's go get Zach LaVine for RJ Barrett. Let's see where we end up in 2 years.
We'll be better than where we're at right now. 100%.
I bet my check. I bet my life. We'll be looking like a Steve Mills team, prime. You know what Zach LaVine age is? You know what age Randle is? Don't you?
How old is Zach LaVine? How old is Zach LaVine? How old is Zach LaVine? Pull him up.
His knees is 40. Where's his age?
Because this is the same thing we say about everybody. Oh, we don't need any. No, we don't need anybody. No, DeRozan. No, we don't need
Zach
him.
LaVine is 27.
Oh, what okay. I bet at 37 he'd be better than RJ at 27.
Yo, stop playing with me, man. We're gonna have a basketball conversation, my G, or we trolling. This ain't Twitter, bro. So we're gonna have a basketball conversation or we trolling right now.
On some real shit, what's wrong with RJ's knees, man? I feel like the dude lost his lateral movement, he lost his vertical.
He never had it, E-Rule. He never had it.
He did have it. He had it last season. I think he's fat. I think 1, he's fat. I think 2, he's letting the New York women get to him. And I think 3, he's not shooting in the gym enough. This is why I've been holding him accountable the way I've been doing this season. But Josh, it's funny that you came up here. Why you didn't mention the fact that Julius Randle, when he's on the court, the Knicks has the worst rated defense in the NBA, but when he's off, we're ranked number 1.
Because RJ is right behind him, and I think it's more of a team defensive game than anything. Randle's horrible defensively. I can't defend Randle defensively. No, that's not. Why would I do that? The Knicks are not a good defensive team.
Yo, Eru.
I never said Randle was a good defender. Have I ever said that, Steve?
Yo, Eru, this your man, yo. Your man right here.
All you guys are my guys.
This wasn't your energy last summer.
What did I say last summer? Be specific.
Great. I
never said that. I never said that. I said Randle was great. Randle was great. I used that exact language. Eru, have you ever heard me say anything like that?
I don't think his mother or his wife thinks that Julius is great. You know, the only person that thinks that Julius is great maybe his son, his
I
little
didn't say
boy.
Julius Randle was. I never said Julius Randle was great. I didn't say he was a great player. Pull up the tape. You got receipt? No, this is YouTube. It's internet. The cloud. Pull it up. Pull it up.
I'll say this.
And I'll send you $50.
Yo, sis, why are you lying to me like this? What's up with him, man?
I'm very.
Listen,
Now,
why you talking to me like that? You lying bad. You getting me tight a little bit, John.
Listen,
I don't got a lot. Go ahead, Evergreen. My bad.
I'm probably saying it wrong. You probably didn't mean it like that, but you said it to that effect.
You moonwalking again. Go ahead,
Wait.
Evergreen. I'm sorry.
I'll say this. And
I'm trying to give you love. I'm trying to give you an out. I gave you the out. You took too much a little bit. Relax.
Go ahead, Evergreen. I'm sorry. My bad.
If I have to moonwalk a little bit to try to make this point, I think you have said that, but I'm just basing it off memory that I may have. I think you might have said that before. I think I'm not going to say you haven't though. I'm just going to say I'm leaning a little closer to state, only because I remember the energy that you gave during the COVID season.
Right. I never said Randle was great, and I never said that the Knicks should get rid of all their assets and build around Julius Randle. He was the future of the franchise. I never said that. I said Julius Randle was playing good basketball at the time, and he's a piece that you can use to move forward. A piece. I never said he was the piece. Never said that. I said he was a piece.
Yo, so you never say he was a championship 2 option? You never say he was a championship 1 option?
Right, that's a piece. Not championship 1. Not championship 1. I said he was a 2
never
or
say
a 3.
Yo,
never said a championship 1. I say he was a 2 or 3.
I can't co-opt that.
Right.
He's never said that he's a 1 option.
Come on. Why would I say anything like that?
I've always heard him say that Julius Randle is a 3. I've always heard him say that. So I'm not gonna. But
and I still do feel that way. I'm not backing down from that.
But I will say this, because I am confused about whether you've said 2 or 3. If you've said a 3, then I could say you've never actually said that Julius Randle is great. But if you said a 2 or a 3, then now I can almost guarantee, if you said a 2 or a 3, I can almost guarantee that you actually have said that Julius Randle is great, and you said that out of your own mouth. If you just said he's a player, he's a 3, he's a 3 option, then they're like, yeah, he's never said that he was great. But you said he's a 2 or a 3.
You know the good thing about the internet, it never lies, man. It just never lies. You can pull this stuff up. The videos are there. Pull it up. Hey, you use Twitter, man. You use Twitter way more than I do. Pull it up. Put it on there. Call me out.
This is what's so good about this. This is what makes Josh like a masterful guy, right? He knows for a fact that there's like 12,000 hours of content that he has made on various platforms, and that nobody is actually going to go through and be like, all right, what was the exact?
Sure, the Evergreen. No, it's not 12,000 hours of content during that COVID season. Put it back, make the dates between the time of the COVID season, right? Matter of fact, do it. Let's shorten it up even some more. How about do it after the Knicks acquired Derrick Rose that season? How about that? When they were winning.
That's 40 games, and that's 3 hours an episode. What are you talking about?
40 games. The Knicks acquired Derrick Rose after 40 games, so it was like what? 20-something games or 20-something games remaining in that? Because it was short. 30-something games remaining in that season. You can shorten that up.
So let's draw straws. So you got the DeLorean up. Let's split hairs. We'll say 30 games. So 30 games, multiple shows at a minimum of 2.5 hours. Nobody's gonna know exactly what fucking video you're talking about, bro.
Okay, how about this? I made shows during the COVID season. Pull up my shows. I only made a few of them. How about that?
Yeah, but your shows is minimal content, bro. This is what I'm saying. This is what makes you so great, but nobody's actually calling you out on your bullshit. I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit. You got so much content out there that it will be impossible for somebody to dig out a needle in a haystack for when you. This is why I said, yo, you might have said that, and I'm cool with letting it rock. But don't act like you didn't possibly maybe said it at all.
No, I didn't. I'm very direct in what the hell I said. If I'm wrong about something, I would tell you. Listen,
This guy.
if it's completely impossible for anybody to go find a take where I said Julius Randle is great, right? How could it not be impossible for someone to easily go back and find and say whether I said it or not?
Yo,
All right.
Sim has 7,600,000 something views on his page, man. Do you know how much content is on this fucking thing?
Bro, it's like this.
Look at this shit. It's daily content. Where the fuck are we gonna find these takes at? Man?
That's what I'm saying.
Where they are.
Keep
Yeah,
going. Keep going.
This is what I'm saying. Josh is like, he's like filibuster king, bro. Like, if you don't watch him and you don't pay attention to what he's talking about, you get lost in the sauce and you be like, yeah, you know what? I think he's right. Right. And it'll be something so small and so minute and so simple, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like, you gotta let's when did I say that? I ain't never said that, bro. You said a lot of words over the course of the last
right. That's now proven to be correct. Like, RJ Barrett is a role player. Like, I think RJ Barrett would be better off coming off the bench, that a lot of fans now agree with, right? They didn't like me before, right? The same fans that are now screaming for Leon Rose to be held accountable and all of that didn't want to hear the media get involved and ask those questions. Now they want to hear from Leon Rose, right? The same fans who were criticizing, you know what I mean? It goes on and on and on and on. I've been right about this stuff from all along.
You know I wasn't one of those fans, right? You know I agreed with you every time you wrote one of those posts, right?
About what?
And I shared your tweets.
About what specifically?
When you was calling out people and saying like Leon Rose needs to speak to the media, I was one of those people who agreed with you.
You did. I'll give you credit for that. Yep.
I started feeling the disrespect, like, yo, big dog, you trading out of the first round. You got to talk to me, big dog. Like, I need some type of answers for this. Not your godson getting $100 million for him to not make nobody better. Julius Randle still plays the same. I thought Brunson was brought here to make him better. He's the same guy.
What about RJ?
RJ got worse. You making a case against Brunson.
No. I'm not making a case against Brunson. What I'm saying is, a lot of times when people were defending RJ Barrett, and you're absolutely right about Randle, by the way. I'm not disagreeing with that at all. A lot of the case, people would make so many excuses for this man, right? Bring RJ a point guard. Let's see how he'll do, right? Get RJ some shooters. They got him Evan Fournier. Let's see how he'll do. Put RJ to the 2. Put Cam in the starting lineup. Put RJ at the 2. He'll do better, right? All these different
Hold on. Numbers say
Cam the same thing for Barrett. 4 years. That's what the numbers say.
Numbers say RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish is one of the highest pairing ratings in the league. And
I'm talking about RJ specifically, but you know that's bullshit. You know that's a bullshit stat. You know that's bullshit.
Come on, man. I can't have my bullshit stat, man.
I'm saying. I'm just calling people out for what they were telling me, and I can't
have my nonsense stat. The only thing I see from RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson.
What makes it a bullshit stat?
Say what?
What makes it a bullshit stat?
Because I believe sometimes stats can be misleading. The Knicks, with those two together on the floor, still been horrible defensively, right? The Knicks,
that's
RJ Barrett.
That's poppycock. I know the numbers inside of my head. That's nonsense. They are one of the highest rated starting fives in the league. Like, let's stop that.
All right, pull up the stats. No, he got Basketball Reference up, right? I'm gonna call your bluff. Pull it up.
I got the joint saved.
I want to let everybody see it. Let everybody see it on the screen
right now, brother.
Let's do that.
I got the picture.
So, my thing is, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about the Knicks' highest rating? What? The Knicks are the highest rating?
I'm talking about when it's a certain starting five on the floor. That starting five has the highest net rating, offensive net rating for the Knicks, and also has the best defensive rating for the Knicks. That starting five is with Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett, Brunson, Randle, and Mitchell Robinson.
That's not saying much. You act like your argument holds some weight. Oh, for the Knicks. Oh, it has the highest.
For the Knicks.
That's not saying much, but that's not saying much.
Yeah, the Knicks are 11 and 13 right now.
Quentin Ntilikina averaging 5.2 points per game. I don't know if that's saying much neither. But you don't hear me.
It's actually saying a lot. It's actually saying a lot. But
all right, well, how about this? Can you guys do that comparison with the Knicks' best starting five and compare that to the rest of the league?
Yes, let's do that. That's better.
Right.
That's better.
You know what's good? You know what's good to do? Just look at the Knicks' record the last few years, man. So everything that everybody's saying is a bunch of bullshit, man. 17 wins. You know, Frank Ntilikina and these guys were there during that time.
I turned the oven off, though.
I mean, so you know, what are we talking about? We're talking about who's right about us being terrible.
I think we're mediocre. I think we're mediocre. And I don't think RJ is a bust. I don't think he's trash. I guess I always thought he was a mediocre player. And that's what I'm holding my hat on, the fact that he's mediocre. And fans are now starting to see that. But if you said that 2 years ago, it was like, oh, RJ's a star player.
How is
We need
RJ
to build
mediocre?
around RJ. Give him the keys, huh?
How is he mediocre? Explain. Wait, and
How-
also have context. We never gave him the keys. 1, 2. He was never the number 1 option on the Knicks. He was always playing second or third fiddle. The only time he was the first option was during last season.
What does that have to do with wins, though? Because RJ last year was the number 1. Like after January, when he finally woke up but still had the same percentages. He had the better scoring average, but we still were losing like crazy.
No, we was winning though. That's why I was mad. We remember all those late March wins we was winning for no reason. Are you kidding me?
Late March, though.
Yes.
So then we could talk about Obi Toppin late April that he was getting 40-point games and quickly was getting triple doubles and stuff like that. So
RJ leads the team in minutes right now. RJ has been he's been playing. He's been on the floor. He's been a consistent part of this offense, no doubt about that. He just hasn't produced until the last year. He came out. He got to 20 points a game after a slow start. But RJ Barrett is who he is. He's a good player, role player. I think he's gonna be a good role player this league for a long time. But anything more than that, I mean, what are we saying right now? I've always saw that, but you argued that before, huh?
Are
Say
you
again?
on the Fire Tips bandwagon? Are you ready
Am I
to
on the fire tips? Yes.
Okay, that's all that matters, man.
You don't want to know why?
Nope, don't care. You can fire. You can say you want to fire him because his voice.
I damn sure don't either.
I want to know why though. What's the reason why you want to trade Tips? Because
I just think his offensive systems are very much outdated. I think he fails to make adjustments as far as play calls. The play defense is very, very outdated. Pack the paint, give up the 3 ball, and his NBA you can't do that. And I think he struggles to kind of adjust to make those different changes as far as scheme is concerned. Everything else, I don't really feed into what the fans say in regards to the players don't like him or whatever. I think that's nonsense. I just think his systems are outdated, and for this team that they said they want to run, I just think that it's just not working. He's not the right coach for that, and that they need to move on from him. Do I want to do it right now at this very moment? I don't think bringing another coach this season is going to help us per se. But in the offseason, I say we go for a fresh start. That's just my opinion on that.
I agree with that. But there's some fans that think that if we get rid of the coach and let's say we bring Johnny Bryant or bring another voice in here, that somehow this group is all of a sudden going to become a good team. That's my thing. Like if we get another voice in here, nothing's going to change. We're still going to be bad. We're still going to be mediocre, not bad. We're still going to be the same mediocre team, no matter what happens.
Yeah,
correct. I agree with that. Now, a lot of people were saying, just by bringing Jalen Brunson in, we're going to have 5 to 7 more wins automatically off the bat. I disagree with that too. Because, Brunson he's a great player. It was a great signing for us. I love signing. But I just thought that it was naive for anybody to think that someone like that who's not a star player, really good for his role, not a star player, is going to help us win 5 to 7 more games in this Eastern Conference. I just thought it was a fallacy. The other argument was we bring someone like Jalen Brunson in, it'll help us win close games. The Knicks have lost 12 games this season by 6 or less points. They lost 12 games last season by 6 or less points altogether, and it's already a quarter way through the season. So that hasn't worked out. You know what I'm saying? Knicks still need a star player, period. And Ero, as you know, from day one, I want the Knicks to trade for a star player. Trade RJ, trade whoever they got to trade for a star player. That's going to make a difference for this team.
Yo, wait, hold on. Yo, Josh, you're around those damn 90s Knicks fans too damn much. Because that's 90s Knicks fan talk, but I just heard from you. That ain't no modern Knicks fan talk.
What's modern Knicks fan talk though, State? What's modern?
Yeah. Elaborate on that, please.
The whole I'm a Quentin Grimes stan, like the whole stan era. Like I'm over it, bro. Like
I'm sure RJ stan though.
Yeah, you're an RJ stan. I want to say
I'm not an RJ stan, right? I'm a Knicks stan. I am what you call an RJ apologist. Okay, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful about what you say,
Bro,
but Josh, let's be real.
No. Because when you listen to Eminem's song called Stan, he literally was apologizing to Stan. The whole damn song until he realized the dude on the news was the guy that was killing everybody. So you ain't no RJ apologist. You're RJ Stan, bro. Cut it out with the splitting hairs and the semantics, bro. Cut it out, bro.
Yeah.
You're RJ Stan. Dear Slim, I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Right? I left my number, my page, and my phone
RJ
at
Stan
the bottom.
How am I RJ Stan? I don't get it.
Bro, you are
I'm
as
not putting him in no
statement,
trades, bro. Like I don't talk to me about RJ trades.
bro. You're the RJ stan. Morning raindrops at my window. You can see it all,
And
bro.
I can't see it all.
I'm not
Even
trading him.
if I could, it'll all be great. Put your
I can play
picture
all
on
these
my
songs I
wall.
want, man. I'm not
It
trading my boy, man.
reminds
Fast
me.
forward, Eru. You got to fast forward to the third verse.
Today? Oh, man.
Out
The
of
fucking
The
there.
day
copyright straight.
I denounce RJ Barrett, the day I say trade RJ Barrett, that's going to be the day where Knicks Twitter is going to be in a frenzy. Because I'm
All right,
not trading.
when is that going to be, bro?
That's
What
never.
needs to happen for you to say that?
I'm not looking at it at that right now. Like being
Of course
Kang,
not.
I didn't look
That's
that
what
far.
that's what stands do. I'm not looking at all the flaws. You know what you sound like? You
I know
sound like
his
a
flaws.
battered and abused woman in a relationship, bro.
Wow.
That's what you sound like.
I know all his flaws, but I'm gonna keep him, baby.
Yeah, he's mine. That's my baby, and I love him. That's what you sound like right now, bro. It's okay, bro. If it's cool to be that way, right? You know what we do when we see women that just have been battered and abused, but they ask for the gluttony. At some point, you just gotta let them keep getting their ass beat, right? And I know that's a harsh thing to say, right? But if you keep hanging out with the same dude and he keep busting you upside your head, and you keep going back to him,
They like it's stuff like this, right?
Thoughts and opinions
This
of
is what I
Evergreen
mean
is
by RJ. People say RJ's regressing. We signed the $100 million point guard. He's making nobody better whatsoever. On top of the fact that he's a lefty as well. Mitchell Robinson is regressing. Quickly still averaging under 10 points, shooting 41% from the field. Quentin Ntilikina can't even get 20 points to save his life. RJ Barrett is far from the problem right now. So y'all just talking some nonsense.
No. No one's blaming it all on RJ. See, that's why I think people get confused. Like you say one thing about RJ or one individual player. The people who are loyalists or apologists or stands to that particular player takes it and they run with it and they go overboard.
No.
All right. Not you say, not you say, but a lot of people tend to do that, right? It's like you can't be objective about this Knicks team and have an observation without someone taking it to the extreme. That's the issue. The Knicks have a multitude of problems right now. Jalen Brunson is the furthest thing from it, right? To me, I think he has made Randle better a little bit because from the simple. Let me finish. I think he makes Randle better a little bit because Randle doesn't have to dribble the ball as much. Randle's turnovers are down, right? Randle's turnovers are down. He doesn't make those crazy turnovers that he did before, right? Randle's also moving without the basketball way more than we've seen in the last 2 or 3 years, right? He is. Now, it's not to the level. Randle's not going to make people better because he doesn't have the basketball as much, right? So, to me, I think Jalen Brunson is making some folks better. RJ Barrett, to me, I just think there's a cap on how much better he can get. He's not that dude.
Wait, do you hear the hypocritical garbage you just Evergreen? Get your man. So a 28-year-old.
Hold on, relax, because I'm not getting ready. I don't think I'm ready to rock with you yet with this because I actually agree. That me and Fulio don't agree that much. We don't agree that much.
So all right. So if Randle looks better, trade RJ Barrett for Zach LaVine. Let's see where we at in 2 years.
I'm with that. I'm with that.
I know you are. We're gonna get bounced out the first round.
But I'm also with trading Randle too. This is not about RJ. See, a lot of y'all keep putting RJ versus Randle. It's not
trading RJ.
Okay, fine. Keep RJ, dude. Trade Randle. Fine. Either one of them. I don't care. They don't fit well together. And unless the team realizes that, and we can sign both of them to 4-year contracts, man. That's an issue.
That's the thing. RJ and Julius are basically the same player, so it doesn't matter which one you trade. You know, right. But if we trade either one of those guys and then we end up with Zach LaVine, I think that's just a better. It's just we just all of a sudden we balance better. Everything gets balanced properly.
And even if I could,
it'll all be great. Put your picture on my wall.
Y'all don't give me no logical good reasons to trade RJ Barrett. So until you give me a logical good reason to trade him, I'm not trading him.
Bro, I can give you all the logic in the world.
No, you cannot give me no logic right now. You're trading him why? So you can build with Zach LaVine.
Here's one logical.
Trading. Hold on. And I want the people to listen to this that's got the audio. We're talking about trading RJ Barrett before Julius Randle or Jalen Brunson. Go ahead.
Is Zach LaVine better than RJ Barrett?
How old is Zach LaVine needs?
Oh,
Continue.
you can't
Talk
answer
about
questions with a
how
question,
good
Steve.
he is. You know?
But he, with championship 3 option. 28
Okay.
years old. 28 years old.
Is RJ Barrett a championship 3 option?
Or will he be?
Do we know this? Do we have the time stamp?
Yes.
No. I'll
Yes,
say this.
we're
I'll
talking
say
about
this.
DeLoreans
I'll
and
say
shit
this.
like that. Like this is what we're doing.
Word, like we're doing hypotheticals here.
No, it's
But
not
I'll say
hypothetical.
this.
Look at this is RJ stats. Look at RJ stats. 14 17, 20, 18. The difference of only thing different about that is the minutes per game. You know, if you go to 36 per, go to the 36 per stats. The fucking stats are identical. Look at this. Straight across the board. Basically 6 rebounds, 3 assists, no steals. Look at the points and look at the field goal percentage and all that. It's all exactly the same.
Disgusting. Who's his coach?
What's his name? Hanlon, whatever the guy's name is that he trains with every summer.
Like I said this on Twitter Spaces earlier. Drew Hanlon, the trainer, needs a trainer. You are not doing your job with RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett looks like Ruben Patterson some nights. The other night, he was like,
what has RJ Barrett done? Let me flip it around on you. Why keep RJ Barrett? Name a reason why we should keep him.
22 years old. 22 years old.
So we should get better. So we should have kept Frank Ntilikina then, because he's 22 years old.
Yo, listen, my wife is 42 years old, right? So I should dump her for a 22-year-old just because she's. Well, I don't know what's the benefit of me dumping my wife to get a 22-year-old.
First of all, you built a culture with your wife. You built that culture.
I know, but it's time to trade. It's time to trade now, and for maybe get some first round draft picks.
Nah, man.
You better keep that down. I don't know who in the background.
I don't know what
you know what I'm saying? Because like if you put it that way, it's like ridiculous. Because I mean, like I might win a championship with my lady here, right? But at the same time, I can still trade her for a first and second round draft pick. Maybe get a 22-year-old. See, because they got potential and stuff like that. You know, maybe
Yo, Randle is like I come from it from a basketball sense, right? You got a 6-foot guard who does not defend a lick, who is 26 years old. You know, no championship team, if your best player is 6 foot, you're not winning nothing of significance at all.
Agreed. Okay.
What's good, Stafford?
Who's Kawhi Leonard? Pascal Siakam.
No, he's right. Keep on stage.
So we know we ain't winning a championship with that. Let's go to Randle. Randle has less blocks than Jalen Brunson this season. He can't defend if he put his whole heart in the defense, he can't defend.
Okay.
So you got two of your highest paid players, who is 26 and who is 28 years old. They can't defend at all. And I don't expect for them to learn no defense whatsoever because they're after the age of 25.
Okay,
we know what we're going to get. RJ Barrett, I don't know what I'm going to get. The reason why I don't know what I'm going to get, because the past 4 years, the man has been in a different role every season.
That's not true. That's not true, and it's very convenient for.
So what's the role he's in this year?
His stats are exactly the same. So
let me make this even more clear for you, State, right? Because you keep bringing up all this and bringing up all these excuses for RJ, and everyone that's an RJ fan, everyone that's an RJ fan uses the same argument. His age, but guess what? RJ Barrett in basketball years, right? Because he got 4 years, and this is 4th year under his belt. That's more than Obi Toppin. RJ Barrett is a more how do you say? Experienced player, seasoned player than Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin is older than him by 3 years. So RJ Barrett has basketball experience under him. So that age argument goes out because that's what happens, right? RJ Barrett is one of 5 players in NBA history under a certain age and under the age of this, the average this and that. That's a stat. I mean, people put this out there. RJ Barrett is one of 5 players, the 7 players in NBA history to average this, and this. And there's always something obscure. 20 points.
It's never obscure.
7. No, but I'm saying obscure, like the number is always something uneven.
Don't take those numbers away from him.
7. I'm not. Listen, hear me out. 7 rebounds, whatever it is, right? And then they say that the players who also did that: Kobe, Luka Doncic, Magic Johnson, right? But it's always something like that, and then they put that stat out there. That's very misleading because the stat's true.
It's not.
It's a true stat, but it's misleading because RJ Barrett is nowhere near those type of players.
He's not. But Bradley Beal averaged less points in year 4 than he did year year 3.
Yeah, but
At some point, bro, you gotta like I understand like he's not producing the way we want him to produce. I'm good with it, but I surely expect for RJ Barrett to be better. Julius Randle, 29 years old. He ain't going there.
I'm
He's
comfortable.
but
Again, I'm not disagreeing with you because I'm comfortable with Julius Randle is right now. I never expected him to be a star player. I never had that expectation.
What?
Listen, hear me out, State. I never expected him to be that star player that's going to lead us to a title. That's never who he was. I always expected him to be a piece. After the Knicks made the 4th seed, you keep talking about the 4th seed, almighty 4th seed. A lot of Knicks fans thought Julius Randle was going to be better. And when he wasn't, or not better, but thought he was going to be up at the same level. And when he wasn't, that's when all the tomatoes start coming, the thumbs down and everything like that.
He wasn't one of them?
I didn't expect Julius Randle to have a repeat all-star, all-NBA season.
Let me say this. I have Frank Ntilikina on the screen. Let's talk about Frank Ntilikina. The only thing that Frank Ntilikina has done is turn into ASAP Rocky. He looks like ASAP Rocky now. That's the only thing that he's changed in the years that he's been in the NBA. We're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years in the NBA. People still saying that he's going to be a defensive stopper, that he's going to be a point guard of the future. Watch when he goes to another team. Watch what he does. Look at what he's done. He's done exactly what we've been saying the entire time. And right now, Dallas is to the point where he's not even playing at all. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, when you talk about being young and stuff like that, not everybody is going to be that guy.
Exactly.
You know, when you talk about 19 years old and wait in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, it's literally 6 years for Frank Ntilikina, and he's still a trash bag. He's still a trash bag. Not everybody is going to be the star. You know, RJ Barrett is not a trash bag, but he's like, he might be a glad trash bag. You know, like Frank Ntilikina is like a 99-cent store trash bag. You know what I'm trying to say?
RJ Barrett is Green Lantern. When I called him that 3-4 years ago, I stood on that tape. Everybody else who was calling Batman, Superman, I said no. We gotta hold our horses, and I knew that from his season at Duke. He was next to a generational talent in Zion Williamson. Still broke every ACC freshman record, but he wasn't really the star of the show. Zion was the star of the show. So when I looked at us drafting RJ Barrett, that was the reason why I wanted to tank these past few years. Because I said, yo, if he's Green Lantern, I need me somebody who's possibly equal to him or way better than this guy. That's the reason why I called him Green Lantern.
Green Lantern's a way better defender than RJ, though.
Nah. If that was the case, I would have called them Flash. That was the case. If that was the case, I would have called him Flash.
Lantern can put Green Lantern can. Do you know what he can do? Green Lantern can like make a shield and just make a wall and make defense, right? Like that's a horrible comparison. You need to compare RJ Barrett's defense like one of those little cats from Thundercats, like the little red one.
Yo, listen, the Green Lantern could create his own shot. Okay, that's a fact. Green Lantern can create his own shot.
Yo,
that's a fact.
Seeing RJ in ISO, I'd rather eat chitlins. I'm being nice about it right now. Me seeing Randle in ISO, I'm done with that. I don't even want to talk about that. Jalen Brunson, he can ISO sometimes, but the ball hogging nonsense he be on sometimes is so annoying, bro.
The thing is, who he's going to pass it to? He's going to pass it to RJ Barrett. You just said that you rather eat chitlins. Yo, chitlins makes shit. You know what I'm saying? Chitlins is the part of the body that makes shit. You know what I'm saying? He's not shit. He is the part that makes the shit.
I don't think State is saying that. I think what State's saying there needs to be more ball movement. State, if that's your argument, I agree with you 100%. That we do too much isolation. And to go back to Evergreen on opening night, when that's what I was trying to say about the Tibbs offense. At the end of the day, the ball will move. They'll score 140 points every once in a while. But now the numbers are trending downward. The Knicks were one of the best teams in the league as far as assists concerned. Now they're bottom third of the league. They're last in the NBA in three-point percentage. They're one of the worst teams from the field, 29th to 28th or something like that. So now the offense is starting to regress, which I was trying to tell you. Now, here's why I will concede to you and where you were right? And, for those who don't know, I was sitting in between Eru and Evergreen, very, very inebriated.
Yes.
But where I concede to you and where you were right, I think Cam Reddish, at this point, I think he needs to be in the starting lineup, but not with RJ, with Quentin Grimes. That would be my starting line. To me, that makes more sense. They move without the basketball. Cam is going to need the ball in his hands a little bit, but they don't need to have the ball in their hands to isolate, like let's say a RJ or a Randle does, right? And I would put Obi in the start lineup too. I told Sim that early in the season. To me, that makes sense to me because the ball will move. No one's going to be forced to isolate. By their nature, they're going to be forced to move without the basketball and stuff like that.
So, Josh,
That makes sense to me.
Usually, I would want to curse you out. I watched Nick Nurse bring Scotty Barnes off the bench for like a game or two, get his game back right. I'm open to it. But see, Josh, you're a logical fan. We don't have a logical coach. We don't have a logical president of basketball operations. So that idea would never flourish. You know why? MSG politics is undefeated. You will never bench your third overall pick.
The one that you just paid. No, I got you.
You gave him hush money. No, he didn't get paid. He got hush money. He got Donovan told, Danny Ainge told us, no, we're going to pay you this hush money. That's what he got. And it is what it is, man. People,
you know what's the difference between RJ and say like a Scotty Barnes? Scotty Barnes actually got better. In year one, if you look at his stats, he got 5 assists to 3 assists. You know, at least he got better at something. RJ's stats are exactly the same across the board.
I think Scotty Barnes in my opinion, he looks worse this season, but he's getting a little bit the kinks out the arm. I think he's just going through a sophomore slump. I'm not really worried about Scotty Barnes. I think he'll be straight. He'll be straight. He's just like RJ Barrett to me. They'll be all right. I'm not really too worried about some of these dudes, man. The work ethic speaks for itself. I'm not worried about those dudes. RJ Barrett, Randle. Yeah, I'm so sick of the Randle, RJ, Brunson goddamn offense, man. It is like it's like Tibbs run the Knicks like he got LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. That's basically.
But that's literally who we have with them, though. And for us, there's nobody else better than them on the team. So they are our Wade, Braun, and Bosh.
So what the hell is Leon Rose's job?
Well, I mean, we don't.
Hopefully
Leon Rose. But I mean, how could we trade for those guys? Those are like top tier NBA basketball players of all time. You know, we got to just go with what we have.
And for the ones who say that they don't want to trade RJ, they have to trade any of the young kids because the Knicks were building something. Apparently, they don't want to trade a Quentin Grimes or RJ Barrett.
Oh, I trade all of them. I trade all of them. I'm not trading RJ, but I trade the rest of them kids though. The rest of them kids, I trade any one of them to get better. Any one of them could go.
That's the thing too. Like, what exactly is better? Better is like relative. I think all 4 of us, if we answer that question, we all probably have a different answer. Like, what is better to us? You know.
I said it, yo, Josh. You wouldn't want to go to war with Brunson, Zach LaVine, RJ, and Randle, or you rather go to war with this same starting 5?
Come on, man. That's easy. We all agree on that. We all agree on that answer. We all agree on that.
So, Eru, that's how we get. I'm looking at the guy who played for Tibbs. I'm looking at the starting shooting guard position, and I'm looking at the way the Bulls is going. I think and it's another name that's in the free agency market that nobody's talking about yet. Who's possibly might be waiting for a deal like this? Carmelo Anthony.
Of course, I knew. God damn it.
So
I like Carmelo Anthony. He has nice hair. His hairline is really solid. I like his jeans that he had on the other day when he was in London. He had really nice jeans. You know what I'm saying? Super good. His glasses matched his hat too, and his belt also is really great. You know, but Carmelo Anthony needs to retire. He's not in the NBA right now, and right now, Carmelo Anthony. Right now, we're not in the conversation to get a Carmelo Anthony, unless we go all out and get a Zach LaVine. Because I mean, I think we all agree, like Josh saying, we all agree with that. If there was a way to keep RJ, Julius, and Brunson and get Zach LaVine, I think we all would be like, fucking do that tomorrow. Do that right now, please. God damn.
Right, would you do this? Let's say, would you do this? Would you move off from Julius Randle to get Zach LaVine and then sign Carmelo Anthony and have him come off the bench for Obi?
That's pointless. Poppycock.
No. Oh, you have him come off the bench for Obi. Yeah, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that.
But I don't want to talk about the bench anymore, man. It's
like I'm with Hero on this one, man. I don't give a damn about no bench, man. Even Leon Rose is drafting bench players. I don't give a damn about.
I think the point is to acquire a star player, and I think that's the biggest what we're talking about. Like the bench thing is something extra to get added on with that. That was the second thing Evergreen said. The whole point is to get a star player in here. And I think at some point you're going to have to move off either RJ or Randle, if not both of them. Right? And I think that works for this.
I think this is the question from me to Evergreen and Josh. Let's say if you do get Zach LaVine, do you think, because I don't think the Bulls will swap Zach LaVine for Randle, because I think they would be wanting to tank, me personally.
They still got that Williams kid too. They still got Williams, Patrick.
Yeah. Do you think Randle? Do you think Obi is a better pairing for like the Zach LaVine, RJ?
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, because because Obi needs the ball less. Obi doesn't need the basketball in his hands in order to operate. Right? He's better off the ball. He moves without the basketball. Things of that nature. That's what I was saying in the beginning of the season. Randle needs it. RJ needs it. One of them got to go. Brunson's gonna have it. Brunson gonna have it no matter what. Right. So, but one of them have to go because there's only one basketball to go around.
Now, if you look at Zach LaVine's career, when has Zach LaVine ever had a point guard? Think about it.
I mean, Ball was hurt. They were supposed to do something with Ball, but he got hurt.
But that's what I'm saying. Did he actually have him? I mean, he had a guy that he had as an additional defender. But Zach LaVine's career, he has never had a point guard. He's in the same exact position that Randle was in, right? But now Randle actually does have a point guard. So you move off from Randle, and you give Zach LaVine a point guard, and you give Zach LaVine a guy that's going to run with him, right? In Obi Toppin. So that's what I'm saying. I'm moving off. If the opportunity comes into play where we need to make the money right, and we want to flee up the glut, because you make the fan base happy. You move off from Julius Randle, and you bring in. You bring in Zach LaVine with whatever other package you need to bring in. Hopefully that package doesn't include Cam Reddish, because I will gladly say I'm a Cam Reddish stan.
Well, he's expiring, and there's no guarantee we're going to sign him. So,
yeah.
Well, either way, I'm just saying you bring in Zach LaVine, so you do Julius Randle for Zach LaVine. So now you got Brunson, RJ, Zach LaVine, Obi Toppin, and Mitchell Robinson. And then off the bench, you got Cam Reddish off the bench, and you got, maybe a Carmelo Anthony off the bench with Cam Reddish, right? I think that on paper, at least it sounds more pleasant. It sounds like when you close your eyes, it sounds like, okay, I got a fast break option, right? I got a guy that's been legitimately pretty goddamn decent this season as far as pick and roll and pop threes and swing threes and Obi Toppin. Like he's actually, his shooting percentage it looks a hell of a lot better. He's taking a hell of a lot cleaner looking shots. So if you tell me, I need a 3-point shot off of this pick and roll play, I'm giving that 3-point pick and roll play shot to Obi Toppin 9 times out of 10 before I do it to Julius Randle. And you can deal with that as a matter of trust, and you could try to deal with all the cognitive dissonance you want, bro. You can shake your head and get it.
My only thing, Evergreen, with what you're saying is, in a playoff setting, I want Randle before Obi, because if the shot clock is under 10 and I need a bucket real quick, I don't trust Obi to try to get his own shot off. And just in the playoff setting.
Right, hold on.
But you supplement that with Zach LaVine, though. You have that guy.
The ball wouldn't be in his
hand. Do you trust the same? You trust the same Julius Randle that we had in your almighty 4th seed playoffs? Don't do it, bro.
But I'm just saying, I'm going with the soldier that I know it could probably go to toe to toe. That's all I'm saying. I'm just more confident with the going into the playoffs with a guy like Randle as opposed to Obi, because I don't know what Obi will do in those same minutes.
With Obi, if you want to be real about it, outside of just the fact that Julius Randle was the main option, Obi showed us potential in the playoffs.
Right. Obi showed us potential.
Obi showed us that he was worth keeping and continuing to develop in the playoffs. He had those stints within those plays. Come on, bro. Don't act like you don't know this. Obi was like, yo, look at what Obi did. Yeah, we lost that game, but like the bright spot was Obi Toppin. You know that. You know that
he can contribute to the squad. If the squad was a little bit different, we could see how we could implement him into the game to do whatever he can do.
Right.
I mean, like
that
this guy
same
Kaiser Sosa, I just wanted to point this out, is that he's saying that we're going to trade for Zach LaVine, and he already got DeRozan and Patrick Williams, and we're looking to trade for guys like that. But it has to do with how these guys mesh together and work together. You know, so
Brunson is better than DeMar DeRozan right now, and he's better than Patrick Williams. What
But-
you talking about, Legion?
But aside from
Yeah.
that, man, if once you make a trade or whatever, now the cast of characters are different now. Now the Knicks have a different group, the Bulls have a different group.
The fit.
Yeah, the fit. Yeah. So I mean, look at Utah. Utah was a trash can. You know, we thought they were going to be trash can, but look, they actually have a good record this year because just the players that they brought into the mix now it just meshes well, and they're actually winning. You know, and over there in Utah. You know, so it just happens that way.
Yo, I can't have this personal debate because we're on Diehard State of Mind. But Legion, put down the sniff. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
That went perfectly with what I just said. There's no planning where I want DeMar DeRozan before Jalen Brunson on my team. I watched DeMar DeRozan for 7 straight years look like a Gerber child in the playoffs. Playoffs tells me all I need to know about a basketball player.
What?
DeMar DeRozan in the playoffs, have you seen him? And compare it to Jalen Brunson when he was in the playoffs. I like playoff performance, fellas. I'm taking Jalen Brunson over DeMar DeRozan. Right now,
they actually made the playoffs, though. The Knicks haven't made the playoffs, so I'd rather get a player that's been to the playoffs. Maybe we can go to the playoffs too. One day.
Yeah, but it got to be a certain type of. I don't want a DeMar DeRozan type of player. I want somebody with heart.
DeMar DeRozan doesn't have heart though. I don't think that's fair.
10 man. He's 10 man in the playoffs. LeBron.
So then what's RJ though? You know what I'm saying? So what's RJ?
He's not in the playoffs consistently for me to say that yet.
Yo, listen, RJ Barrett, man.
Wait,
RJ Barrett. Can RJ Barrett
Neither
start on
Brunson.
any team in the NBA right now? Any winning team in the NBA?
Yo, Ewu, this is getting to the point where now we just being disrespectful, man.
No, but
That's a
the
legitimate
thing.
question. That's a
It
legitimate
is
question.
a legit question, man. Because I mean, I got the stats here, man. Can he start on Boston? I don't think so. Can he start on any? I can go down the line for all
Boston
three.
star 5. Who Boston star? Wait, are we doing New York Nick RJ Barrett, or are we doing RJ Barrett just in that
Listen.
with
There's
those
only
players?
one RJ Barrett.
Right.
It's only one RJ
You
Barrett.
doing New York Nick RJ Barrett next to who?
It's only one
Jalen
RJ
Brown and
Barrett.
Tatum.
So with DeRozan, are we doing Toronto DeRozan? Are we doing the Bulls DeRozan? Are we doing San Antonio
They're the
DeRozan?
same. They're the same, Hero. Come on now.
So RJ is exactly the same. Even his haircut hasn't changed.
Of one playoff trip at during his.
Let's just run down it real quick. Eru, start from the top. Does RJ start over Jalen Brown?
No.
Come on. Who's
Okay,
their
so let's
star
move.
five? We
Let's
know
move.
he
No.
ain't starting over
We're
Jalen.
gonna do this. We're gonna do this by the numbers in order to clarify. Does RJ start over Middleton?
No.
Does RJ start at the 3? Let's see who's at the 3.
Yes, for Cleveland. Yes. Let's
Okoro?
continue.
Okoro?
Yo, bro, we're not doing this, bro. We talking basketball, yo. Stop your nonsense.
No,
Bro.
we are talking basketball because I mean, look, they got Karis LeVert and those guys, and they're not even starting over there. So I mean, if it was them, they would have the same guy starting there. What did they have? They got Dean Wade starting at small forward for them, and he would continue to start.
We start over Dean Wade. Y'all not going. Come on, man. We're not doing
All right,
this.
continue. Does
Continue.
RJ,
But
Who's over?
I like how you didn't let me. I like how you didn't say the whole Boston Celtics starting 5 for me to rebuttal. I wanted to
If you want to do that, you know, we could do that.
It'll be Jalen Brown, bro. He's not starting over Jalen Brown. Why is that even up for the? That's not even up for debate.
Who's the other starting 4? I don't know the starting 3 because I know he ain't starting over Tatum neither, and I know he ain't starting over Marcus Smart neither. So who's the other 2?
he's a 2, bro. What are you talking about?
All right, so who's the other guy?
Bro.
Who's the other guy outside of those 4 that's starting?
Yeah,
Bro.
how much different is Grant Williams to RJ Barrett?
No,
No, don't do that.
Yo, nah, man.
I'm not gonna
Come
do that.
on,
I'm not
man.
gonna do that. I'm gonna do it by position because RJ Barrett isn't playing power forward, is he?
Jason
Is
Tatum
RJ
plays
Barrett a power
Jason
forward?
Tatum
Yes or
plays
no?
power forward 70% of the time. You gotta do your homework.
Got
Listen.
it. And what position does Jalen Brown play?
He plays the 2 or the 3, I believe.
Okay,
That's
so
the
who's
argument
the
there.
next 2?
Who's play? I don't know who plays the 2. Honestly, I think they 2 switches up from game to game. I don't know who that.
Listen,
2.
RJ, I think RJ can start on something. I don't think he's like completely a complete bench player. I don't think that's what.
No,
he is.
let's continue this experiment because I was getting
Okay.
disrespectful.
Right,
Who's the
but-
starting 2 for the Boston Celtics?
Who would you rather after you have Jalen Jason Tatum, and then you got my man the other dude, they got Dirk White there, and then they got Malcolm Brogdon. How does RJ fit in that mix? And then you add to say a guy like Grant Williams, who's built for that role. Where does RJ play? Is RJ's coming off the bench?
Yo, so wait, hold on. Y'all mean to tell me that RJ Barrett wouldn't start over Derek White?
Shit, not what they did, not what Derek White did in the playoffs.
All right,
No.
all right. Let's go to the next because this is poppycock nonsense. Let's go. Let's go to the next team. Let's go to the next.
We're talking about how could they win because they got Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum in the starting lineup already, and then they got
With Al Horford and RJ with Marcus Smart. Are you kidding me?
You act like
What?
you saying that as if RJ Barrett is the supreme defender.
Oh my God.
You put him in the same sentence as Marcus Smart. Like, what are you talking about? Steve?
All right, go to the next team, man. Go to the next team because it's
Then
Kai.
we're talking about RJ being like the fifth option in that.
We talking about Derek White or RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett. Let's stop the poppycock, man.
Why? Prove it. Why?
Prove it. Come on now.
They got Brogdon coming off the bench. Brogdon is an all-star. He's a former all-star.
He's a point guard.
Yeah, but I'm saying so when it comes down to it, then I would rather have Brogdon out there and maybe Dirk White than RJ. I don't want RJ out there. RJ can't even hit the broadside of a barn.
That's because
he can't make layups.
Offense. He's playing in Tibbs' offense. Let's continue though.
But it's the same basket. The basket is not any more rounder or bigger or smaller.
Offense.
Bro,
what you fail to understand is players who play, bro, they talent eventually gonna show.
Absolutely.
Ultimately,
absolutely not.
All right.
You got to be drafted. It depends on where you drafted and what situation you in.
Oh, so where you're drafted, where you're drafted depends on whether your talent is eventually going to show or not. At the end of the day, Jokic was drafted in the second round. What are you talking about?
What did Denver do for Jokic?
What did they play? They started him. They played him, right?
Okay. No. They had somebody starting ahead of him, and what did they do for Jokic?
They eventually put him in the starting lineup.
No. Josh, you sideswiping. They had
that's my answer.
I want to see what your point is too, though, State. What are you
trying to say?
I said they had Nurkic, and Jokic didn't start out the gate. They traded Nurkic. They let Jokic eat.
All right, so
no, they didn't let him eat. This guy is the Joker, for Christ's sake.
Right, but what I'm saying is, what's your point? They eventually let him start. Right? Is that what you're trying to get at?
That's what good organizations do.
Right. RJ been starting since day one. So what the hell?
He been starting with Julius Randle and Alfred Payton.
Yeah, but
one.
Yeah, right.
So
okay.
That's crazy. That's always a crazy argument because just because he's playing with Julius and he doesn't have whatever special roster you have, then so that's the reason why RJ is not the Joker right now. Right now, who is the Joker playing with? He's not playing with anybody.
I'm gonna give you an example. Take Zion off the Pelicans. Let's take RJ off the Knicks. Zion playing with Herb Jones, Trey Murphy Jr., both drafted. The Spanish ball from Brooklyn, undrafted. They playing with CJ McCollum. Can you name me a Knicks player better than Brandon Ingram right now?
No.
They didn't draft Brandon Ingram though. They didn't draft CJ McCollum either.
No. I understand. Again, keep going, State.
So, okay. Let's go to Memphis.
Right? No, wait. Stop right there. Stay at the Pelicans. You said Zion's out of there. Is RJ starting on that team without Zion? Take Zion out, right? And I got RJ there. You got Brandon Ingram and all the players you mentioned. I'm talking about Troy Murphy and all these guys. Is RJ starting on that team? No.
For that team, I'm not starting RJ Barrett over what's the boy name? I just not Trey.
The Pelicans are 15-8. They had a lot of injuries this year too.
Guess who the Knicks drafted instead of Herb Jones though? Guess who?
Yeah, but RJ Barrett would not start on that team. Take Zion off the team and put RJ on the team. RJ's not starting on this Pelicans team.
Who the four?
Zion.
Well, he took Zion off. You take Zion off. Brandon Ingram is his starter. This guy Murphy. I'd rather have this dude. Let me get his name correct. Trey Murphy. I'd rather Trey Murphy start over RJ Barrett.
And they still got Larry
Murphy is 6'8", bro. With a 7'1" wingspan. Go up. Herb Jones is 6'8", bro.
I'd rather play Herb Jones over RJ Barrett. I'd rather play Herb Jones over RJ Barrett. I'd rather play Trey Murphy over RJ Barrett.
Look how the team is. You know why you rather play them both over RJ Barrett?
Because they're better than RJ Barrett.
Look at the development. Look at the development.
They're better than RJ Barrett. The development, it doesn't matter. They're better than RJ Barrett.
Development doesn't matter.
Hey, you all over the place. You said opportunity. You said, well, what this
opportunity?
All over the. RJ's been starting since day one. He's been starting since day one. How has he not had the RJ? How has he not had the opportunity?
He played off of Mook Morris and Randle his first season. The second season, he played off of Julius fucking Randle. His third season, he only had 4 months of being the one option. He got stopped. Look at the players around Zion. That's the point. Look at these dudes.
Wait, hold on. So you're telling me the players around Zion is what made Zion who he is?
No, but you add
collective
talent together. He could play his game the way he wants to play, and you add in a coach.
What is okay? All right. Here we go. Watch this. I got you now. What is RJ's game?
RJ's game?
Yeah,
going to the rim.
He can't even do that. He can't even do that.
He's been blowing a lot of layups this year. Right at the rim, unsolicited, nobody guarding him blowing layups.
Why he can't do it though?
Because Julius Randle was staring at him. That's why. Or maybe he doesn't have the soul glow. He needs some soul glow in that afro, I think.
Who else is in the paint? I got it. It's Randle's fault.
No, I wasn't even talking about really Randle. Really, who else is in the paint though?
Mitch. Okay, so can I make the same? So all right, based on what you're saying, can I make the same argument for Randle? Can I make the same argument for Randle? I'm not. I'm saying, but based off that logic, I can make the same argument for Randle, right?
Which argument?
The same one you just saying.
The same one you just said about him not being able to get to the paint, or in this case, Randle not being able to go to the paint.
Randle gets to the rim though. Randle makes his damn layups.
I got a better one.
6'9".
What the hell are you saying? So what are you saying, Steve?
Randle is 6'9", 260. He's 28 years old with his man bones.
Look, I got
RJ Barrett's a grown man. He's a grown man.
A better one. If we can use Mitchell Robinson as an excuse for being in the paint as to why RJ can't get buckets, and we can use Julius Randle as an excuse, how come we don't use those same excuses for the guy that might have the most points in the paint right now this season as a guard? Jalen Brunson.
Because he's one of the most skilled guards in the league.
And RJ isn't. And RJ isn't
skilled.
And RJ is not.
We both know this though.
Oh, okay.
My thing, what I want to know
what is
the infatuation with RJ Barrett? What is the infatuation with RJ Barrett?
My infatuation with RJ Barrett is being a Knicks fan for 21 years. Isaiah Thomas was the president of basketball operations. He used to trade first round picks. We could have had Joakim Noah. We could have had Stephen Curry. We could have all these players. I watched my team trade. That's Porzingis.
It reminds
how bad that hurt when we traded Porzingis. We did a podcast.
That's the reason why you don't want to trade RJ. Is that the reason?
No. And also he's the highest pick of my lifetime.
That's crazy though. That's crazy.
Let your phone, your page.
I named all the reasons. He's the highest pick of my lifetime. I've been a Knicks fan for 22 years. And I've never seen the Knicks.
Did you give me is any of those basketball stuff that you're talking about, or are you reading a comic book?
Basketball, RJ's been getting better every season. He's been
straight out of a comic book, man.
Now straight out of a comic book. Last year November was worse than this year's November. That's what's funny about this. He averaged not evil. Do you remember what we were saying about RJ Barrett last November? Okay,
yeah, I've never liked RJ Barrett. I've never liked RJ Barrett, man.
All right, so from now on, I'm gonna just label November for RJ Barrett. It's just a no-fly zone for him. Like he's just gonna stink it up.
That's terrible. That's terrible. You can say, like 2 months after the season, RJ's gonna be bad. He's gonna be bad. He's gonna be so much better in January.
Like, I accepted it. Can you accept it? Yeah, I gotta accept certain things. You gotta accept, like me, like the Knicks not trading Randle.
But the thing with all of us, like say Josh and Evergreen, we're talking about how we can make the team better basketball wise and that type of thing. But you're talking about like, if RJ Barrett, how come you're not scoring well? Because he got Mitchell Robinson in the paint. Every guy,
what's so crazy?
Basketball, Knicks politics is undefeated.
What's so crazy?
State's
State's family literally owns a liquor store, and he does not know the phrase. If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Oh man, if there was weed, we'll be smoking, man. Come on now. like we gotta stop this madness I understand RJ Barrett deserves all the criticism. He's been playing like straight up dog water. I have no defense of his play this season. The most I got is if I really want to deflect, I could just point at Tom Thibodeau. Because when I look at it, all of the kids are regressing under Tom Thibodeau. And I could point to Jalen Brunson.
I don't agree with. Go ahead.
So let me ask you a question, Josh. What Nick kid got better under Thibodeau these past 3 years?
Emmanuel Quickly.
That's
Is Emmanuel Quickly not one of the best rebounding guards for his position right now? Is Emmanuel
This
Quickly not?
Negro brings up rebounding,
No, but you keep talking about players not getting better, right?
He brought up a basketball stat though.
I'm bringing up basketball. I'm giving you straight up facts. I'm not like it's not my emotions talking. I'm not throwing something against the wall hoping it sticks. Obi Toppin, dreadful 3-point shooter. He's now the best 3-point shooter on the team now. Right, so I think there is. Again, I was making this argument earlier. Salute to my guys, Worldwide L Hard Will, and For the Love of the Game podcast. I was talking to those guys, and Hard Will kept saying that the Knicks aren't developing their players. I just disagree with that. They may not be advancing at the rate that Knicks fans want them to advance because we want the Knicks to win and we want the team to be successful. But to say that they're not developing, to me, I think that's two totally different things. You can develop and win. You can develop and lose. You can develop and be exactly what the Knicks are right now. You cannot quantify development. You can't say one particular thing and say, okay, that player's developing. It's all about what you see. And to me, I think the Knicks kids are developing.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Mitchell Robinson, he's developed. In my opinion.
He still can't shoot the ball. Don't tell me about the
right, but he's improved his game in other areas, though. He's one of the best offensive rebounders in basketball.
But we still talking about rebounding. Wow. This is
Mitchell Robinson is a basketball stat. Rebounding is a basketball stat. And
Evil, when do we go in the barbershop and talk rebounding when we talking basketball?
That's part of the game, though, right?
So, Evil, you were in the barbershop before?
If you're in a barbershop and you're talking about, oh, he's 22 years old, and this, that, and the other, they're going to be like, man, listen, why don't you just go on Tinder with that bullshit? You know what I'm saying? They're going to swipe left on Tinder. You're talking about he's 22 years old and he got this, that, and the other.
Mitchell Robinson has improved as a defender. Mitchell Robinson used to foul all the time. He's much more disciplined than what he was when he first came in the league. Much more.
Fouling? Yo, Evergreen. This is the DNA of the Knicks fan base, Evergreen. You heard all the crumbs he just gave me? Look like crumbs, like little crumbs.
I know, but all right. Well, let's talk about this. Okay, we got RJ Barrett. All right, so you're going crazy on RJ Barrett. So how do we build? How do we get the best out of RJ Barrett? Because like the way that you're talking is like you just want to build around RJ Barrett. Okay, fine. And nobody gonna argue with you because we suck. So that's why this argument is kind of like drawn out. But so if you want to keep RJ Barrett, how do we get better with RJ Barrett?
Solutions.
Yeah, give it a solution because I'm with the solution.
So one solution.
If it doesn't start with fire Tibbs, you're dead wrong.
No, forget fire Tibbs. Forget fire Tibbs because Leon Rose is the one that's going to build the roster. So we're trying to build the roster. So how do we forget Tibbs? Forget the coaching staff. State is the running off front of us. So go ahead.
So the number one thing with RJ Barrett for him to be better at, and the number one thing he has to incorporate in his game, he needs to pull up mid-range jumper.
So he needs a better coach. He needs a better offseason coach.
No. The hell with the coach. This just we talking just RJ Barrett like individually himself and what I see with my own eyes. He needs a mid-range jumper. Like that should be his number one work on for next summer.
So we got to get him a basketball court for his apartment or for his house wherever he lives at. We got to get him a court so he can practice shooting.
No, he needs to stay away from them big booty New York women and get his behind back in the gym. He got his little 120 million and now he looks fat on defense. I can excuse certain things. It's to the point, it's so bad with RJ Barrett with me. You know how Josh is throwing everything at me? I can't even I used to hang my hat on RJ's defense, right? And I used to give defensive stats.
I never understood how. Never.
No. But he was a good defender. Like I used to defend his defense because he was good defender. Well, when you play next to Alec Burks and Evan Fournier, you're gonna look like you're.
Let me ask you a question. Last season, you thought he was a good defender?
Yeah. I thought he defended well.
Okay. Do you know Evan Fournier had a higher defensive field goal percentage than RJ Barrett last season?
Wow, I didn't know that though. I didn't know that though. That's what's funny. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to say that on this live.
Listen,
Kids don't go. I was.
Check this out. You see RJ Barrett right there. He's by himself. He's by himself right there. So give me 8 more guys to go with him, and tell me how we can win with RJ Barrett. What do we need? That's the question I'm asking you. Like him practicing his jump shot. I mean, he should do that. He's a professional basketball player. You know, he doesn't work on a railroad all day. He doesn't work in the garbage. He doesn't, he doesn't like work in a hospital. He doesn't work for the Navy. He doesn't work for the Army. You know what I'm saying? He plays basketball. So him getting shots up, okay, that's cool. But if you're gonna build a roster, how can we make the Knicks better with RJ Barrett? RJ Barrett's the only player that you got right now on the screen. So how do we get the best out of RJ Barrett? If that's
Yo.
the guy.
Ready, go.
I hate. Damn, yo, I can't even answer that question because, well, I can, but the solution that I really wanted, I wanted to trade for Donovan Mitchell so we could avoid something like this and keep RJ back.
Okay, so you saying he needs a superstar? Go, got it.
No, I understand that. No, I mean, that's one way to put it. You give it a Randle.
But that's what I've been wanting.
I got you. You kill two birds with one stone. Okay, that is a fair point. I agree with that point right there. Right, I think by getting rid of Randle, you adding a star player at the 2 guard position or the 3, whatever, a wing, whatever. I think that will help RJ Barrett. The thing is, regardless, RJ Barrett to me is still going to be a role player. He's not going to take us anywhere. That's who he is. Right. So regardless, however, any way you look at
22. At 22,
yes, man, you can tell certain things about certain.
You want to know what's so crazy? I thought Jaylen Brown. I thought he was going to be the same. I ain't see a lot from him, and I know he was averaging 13 points. And it took me until his 5th season where I say, "Yo, he's showing me something now." Sometimes you don't have the time stone like Thanos. And remember what happened to Thanos on when Iron Man got close to him. So let's relax when
comic books. We're talking about comic books.
Yeah, I know, but
so in other words, let's give RJ another year. That's what you're trying to say. Let's give
no.
RJ Barrett is Eddie Jones.
No. Oh.
Yo, Eddie Jones is nice. That's disrespectful. Eddie Jones is a good defender, man. And he started over Kobe because he deserved to start over Kobe when Kobe first got to the league.
But guess what happened? Kobe's talent eventually won out. That's how it happens in the NBA. Eventually, ultimately, at the end of the day, if you nice like that and you built like that, your talent's going to win out. I think RJ Barrett, again, is going to be a good player, but I just don't think he's on that level. And
then the year that they started Kobe, guess what happened to Eddie Jones? Bye-bye. You go to Miami.
But Eddie Jones was still Eddie Jones, though. He went to Charlotte also. He was in Charlotte. He was in Miami. He still was 5-3, whatever, 3-3, whatever he was. He still was Eddie Jones.
Didn't he win the finals with Miami? Didn't he win the finals with Miami? The first ring?
No, I don't think he did.
Damon Jones.
He was already gone.
I think it was Damon Jones or who? Someone was on that team.
No, it wasn't Eddie Jones. But Eddie Jones still was a good player, though, regardless. We can't disregard one player, just to pick up another player. That's the problem we're having with the RG debate,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm still learning that, man, trying to separate players when I'm actually discussing a Knicks player, because I found myself doing that a lot. Like, I'll be talking about Reddish, and I come out of nowhere like, Quentin Grimes, his ankle's still not healthy. I'm a part of the problem. So I need to learn how to stop doing that for sure. Like I absolutely.
Quentin Grimes, his skin is worse than mine, man. That dude needs to stop washing his ass before he washes his face. You know what I'm trying to say? Wash his face with the same rag.
He need to wash his ass some good box scores. How about that? Give me 15 points. That's my new challenge for him.
But that has nothing to do with basketball, though. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, 15. Yeah. See, again, like I'm not holding Quentin Grimes to that standard either. I might even say Quentin Grimes is going to be the next X, Y, and Z. He doesn't even need to do that. He's going to be a role player. But what he does is his role on the team going to help the team win. To me, I think it's more his role is going to help the team more than RJ, in my opinion. He can play defense. He moves without the basketball. And even though he's shooting horribly right now, I think that's eventually going to change. And he can pass. He's a way better passer off the dribble than RJ is. Way better. Way better.
These them Frank Ntilikina talks I was having, man. That's prime state.
Frank Ntilikina couldn't even hold a candle to Quentin Grimes.
So tell Quentin Grimes to get 20 and 10. How about that? Let's start there.
No, he doesn't have to.
Hey, real quick, guys.
Frank has never got 20 and 10, though.
Yes, he did. He got 20 and 10 versus the Wizards.
In one game?
Go ahead, Evergreen. My bad.
I was just going to say peace and love. I got to get up out of here. I got an early day in the morning.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I got an early day too.
I got
y'all take care. Eru, State, Evergreen. Always a pleasure being on with y'all, man. And
definitely great having you guys on.
For those watching, tune in Controversy tomorrow 4:30. I'm gonna have Deep Poetic on there. We're gonna chomp it up, go back and forth for a little bit. So check me out.
All right, cool.
Peace.
Right. Peace out, fellas.
Peace.
Yo, RJ in there. Look. Now Thread members is pulling up. I was good, man. We almost had 3 hours. Now Thread members is pulling up.
But not only that, Staffy, shout out to Stafford. Stafford's about to blow a blood vessel in the freaking chat. I'm reading everything that's happening in the chat, but the conversation is going so crazy that but definitely shout out to Woodshed. Good to see his name, man.
You see what? Grimes shooting will turn around. He's been a shooter his whole life. He's just in a sophomore slump. Nick players is not he's not a kid no more. I don't want to hear about sophomore slumps for Knicks players. You know why? Because Knicks management said we are a win now team. I don't want to hear about young core. I don't want to hear about nothing young. I'm done with that. Go
But
get
if we mention RJ Barrett, though,
but see, RJ Barrett. See,
that's
I'm
the
not
thing.
a stan. I told you I'm not a stan. I am an apologist.
I got you.
So RJ Barrett has been trash. I'm not gonna sit here and cap the people and say RJ Barrett's been good. No, he's been dog water.
But like I think Evergreen and Joshua agreed that just Julius Randle and RJ, they do the same thing. They exactly the same player. They get their points the same way. They blow stuff the same way. Julius is just bigger because he's a power forward. But in today's NBA right now the way RJ's playing, RJ's literally a power forward. He's not explosive enough to be a guard. He's not finishing strong enough to be a shooting guard. I mean a small forward. So I mean, he's got to be quicker than a power forward to do his thing. So I mean, anyway, there's a way, there's a method to win with him. That's what I was trying to get. I'm getting you. I was trying to get you to figure out a way to that we can build around RJ. But whatever you figured out the way you said that we should have traded for Donovan Mitchell. So then that puts let's say if we did trade for Donovan Mitchell. So now we got Donovan Mitchell. If we signed Brunson still, and then had RJ's still that third option guy. And then if he still kept Julius, then he would be the fourth option. You get what I'm trying to say?
I feel like the gravity that Donovan Mitchell acquires on the court to guard him is different than the gravity that Randle acquires on the court.
Absolutely.
Like Donovan is he's a star player. Like he's really a superstar. He's really a star player. That's really the real reason why I wanted him so bad. Like when we drafted RJ Barrett, I always said to myself, I know he could be an all-star caliber player. I know he's going to be an all-star more than probably once or twice in his career. But for the Knicks to get the best out of RJ Barrett, I always said they have to get somebody who's equal to him or better than him on the roster.
Oh, RJ
and it
Barrett?
is sad, yes, but it is sad that the two players they got that's better than him or equal to him on the roster, neither of them players play defense. And both of those players is ball dominant. And the one player that they strapped with RJ Barrett, him and RJ Barrett basically do the same thing. It's literally like RJ's becoming a little mini Randle. So,
right. So what's more important though? What's more important, having RJ on the team or making the Knicks better?
Making the Knicks better, of course, but RJ got to play better for the Knicks to be better. Like he can't continue to shoot this pathetic. He shoot 27% from three.
Well, let me throw this at you. Somebody had mentioned, I forgot who it was. What's my man? I can't. I wish I had his name. I can't get his name right. But he was talking about Gerald Wilkins. He was like, "Is Gerald Wilkins? What's the difference between Gerald Wilkins and RJ Barrett?" It sounds blasphemous saying it, but once upon a time, Gerald Wilkins was really good. Averaged 19 points per game. You know what I'm saying? His last game as a Knick, Gerald Wilkins, he had 30 points. You know what I'm saying? Him and Bernard King had 30 points together in the same game in the last game of that year. So anyway, what I'm trying to say with this is that eventually Gerald Wilkins, there was somebody that was capping for Gerald Wilkins the same way that people cap for RJ and certain players. But then fast forward from 1989 or whatever, when he was here, 1989, 1990, fast forward to 1994, Gerald Wilkins was not on the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? At all. We moved on from him. We traded him. We got other players and we moved on and we were able to get the roster better. You know what I'm trying to say?
You know why? Because you had Patrick Ewing, so you could afford to do stuff like that. We have no Patrick Ewing.
I know, but even when we had Patrick Ewing, like this, if he had the same mentality, okay, well, listen, well, Gerald Wilkins is the number 2 guy, and this, that, and the other, and then we don't want to trade Gerald Wilkins because we're afraid that we're not going to get a player better than that person. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even though we did have Patrick Ewing, but that's the thing. Because in our perspective right now, we could still get a Patrick, not necessarily a Patrick, because Patrick Ewing is an all-time great, but we could still get a guy that could be a number 1 for us here on this roster.
Who? Because I don't see it either.
Yeah, it's tough because we're talking about basically like 2 or 3 players, and then we're hoping for like Phoenix to start playing bad, where we could try to snatch Booker from them. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't even sound good either. But this is where we're dealing with here. There is no Patrick Ewing on the open market for us, you know?
You see the difference between Phoenix and the Knicks. Phoenix drafted their 1 option. Phoenix drafted their 2 option. Phoenix drafted their 3rd option. And
But
Phoenix
where
drafted
does
their 4th
CP3
option.
fit in though? Where does
Who?
CP3 fit in? Where does CP3 fit in?
CP3 was the table setter. So
he's actually he's the table setter, yep.
So boom. That
Yeah.
all right. I'm glad you brought up Phoenix, bro. Jalen Brunson in our situation is kind of like the CP3, but you notice all the young talent around CP3 and how those guys got better because of him. You get what I'm saying? That's how I wanted Jalen Brunson to be for the Knicks. So that's another reason why I kind of wanted Randle traded, because I felt like Jalen Brunson is a guard. He's a great veteran guard to have if you had RJ, Grimes, Reddish, Obi, Mitch, all of those young guys. I never thought that, Brunson could really mesh with just Julius Randle, RJ, and all those guys. It's too much. It's 3 lefties. All 3 of them is ball dominant. And I think Randle and RJ occupy the same spots on the floor. They all want to go left. They all want to operate on the left side of the floor. So it's like a bit clunky. And I just think the roster is not good enough. They could have got me a better. Leon Rose could have got us a better roster. 4 years going into RJ Barrett's.
It's definitely sitting on his lap.
Come on now.
But at the same
Like,
time, a lot of fans wanted to pay RJ. They wanted to pay Mitch. They wanted that. They wanted to pay those guys. But if you're talking about roster building, we already paid Julius Randle. Like this, if you look at both of them, like RJ and Julius do the same thing, and then we already got Obi, so we should have traded RJ. We should have traded Julius. Excuse me. We should have traded Julius as soon as we drafted Obi. But we chose not to do that. Now look where we are. We should have made the Donovan Mitchell trade, and we didn't choose to do that. Now look where we are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if we would have traded Julius before, traded Julius and then did a little movement, maybe Obi wasn't going to be the starter, but maybe it would have definitely opened up a spot for somebody else to take that spot. And then later on down the line, get something to get Donovan Mitchell. Now all of a sudden we're a different team. We're just a different team here. We can go down the line to every era really. Even when we had Porzingis, if we would have built around Porzingis a little bit better when we had Melo here, instead of giving Melo that contract, we should have let Melo go to Chicago, and whatever, and then we should have just built around Porzingis.
We couldn't though, because remember 2 of those years Porzingis was here, we didn't have 1st round picks, and one of those picks was Jamal Murray. So even if hindsight to tell you, we should have never gave up those unprotected picks for Andreas Bargnani. And hindsight will also tell you, maybe sometimes you just got to build with your own.
We should have never gave those picks to Melo. For Melo too, we gave up too many picks for him.
That's true. That is true as well. But then hindsight, that's another reason why a lot of people didn't want to do the Donovan Mitchell trade, because we just named 2. You get what I'm saying? That Melo trade, people still got PTSD from that trade.
Yeah. Well, we got PTSD for not having a point guard, but we went to the finals twice without one. I mean, we had old man Derek Harper, and then we had Charlie Ward and Chris Childs in the next one. You know what I'm saying? So, there's more than one way to build a roster. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I mean, right now the Knicks have all our draft picks. So let's say if the Knicks don't do anything, let's say we messed up right now. Right? If we just play it out, we literally could draft. We could just do what everybody's saying. We need to draft a star. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to tank, because I mean you can get a star anywhere in the draft. You just have to find them. You got to find that person. So if the Knicks are lucky in this draft and they keep a draft pick and that pick pops, then that's good. You know what I'm saying? But we can't. We got to keep the ball rolling. We once we get that starter or whatever, how good he is, we still have to continuously get better. We still have to get that other player.
The one thing I find interesting, the one debate that I find interesting when people say you could find a star between picks 1 through 30, and just specifically for the Knicks will never find a star after pick 10. Just in this current era, because these dudes play players according to contract. These dudes play players according to who drafted what. Now, they do have a chance for Quentin Ntilikina to transform into Quentin Grimes. They do have a chance. But is Quentin Grimes like CJ McCollum? Hell no. Who is he like? I don't even know. They got a chance. Quentin Grimes got a chance. Obi don't got a chance in hell. He's playing on the bench. Quickly, he's done. We gave Brunson $100 million. So it's up to Grimes to break that mold. For me, to a franchise gym player like John Starks, dude found John Starks off the street.
Well, I was gonna say that. Speaking of off the street, like let's say if you come from the street, your parents are just fucked up, and now you just in the street butt naked, you got nothing, whatever. You can still become a millionaire. You know, it just depends on what opportunities you come across in your life and what decisions you make and whatever. What chances you have and did the right things. You can make it whatever, or you can have a great family, whatever, and still end up in jail for 25 years for something stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it really just depends how you play your hand in life in general. So that same concept applies to building rosters, whatever. There's more than one way to do things. There's no cut and dry way to go in the direction that you want to go in, but you just have to constantly keep yourself available, have movable parts, be willing to invest in the right time, and you got to be lucky. A lot of the stuff is lucky, you know.
A lot of luck, lot of stuff that happened behind closed doors where development is happening, and just picking the right players, man. Just picking the right players. Like Benedict McDermott, he would never average what he's averaging right now in the New York Knicks, what he's doing in the Indiana Pacers. This is what I mean by the Knicks drafting Donovan Mitchell a couple years ago. He would never been Spider-Man. He was drafted by the Knicks. Sometimes it's where you're drafted, the opportunity that's presented to you, and what you do with that opportunity. But also it could be skill. And sometimes like a guy like Ball, you just needed a new scenery and an opportunity.
Well, check this. Like we were talking about Patrick Ewing, right? When Patrick Ewing was drafted, he was supposed to have been Bill Russell. He wasn't supposed to be Patrick Ewing. You know, he's supposed to have been a defensive player, rebounder, shot blocker. He wasn't supposed to be averaging 28 points per game, you know, some years, 25, 24 points per game. He wasn't supposed to do that. He wasn't supposed to bang with Shaq and go blow for blow with Shaq. He wasn't supposed to be able to do that. He was supposed to be the Dikembe Mutombo. That's what Ewing was supposed to be. So even then, sometimes you could draft high and the play don't even become what you think. They might become better than that. You know, so I mean, you know, there's no cut and dry thing out here. Even Giannis, if Giannis wasn't taking HDH, you know, then he wouldn't be who the playoffs. You know, I just, you know, but it is what let's say if Giannis was into like smoking weed and into like Chinese chicks or something like that. You know, and he was more like you know, into doing stupid shit like that, then he wouldn't become Giannis. But the reason why he became Giannis is because he's a family man. He's driven. He's psychotic. You know, always in the gym, don't do nothing, and got no friends, ain't got no social skills, nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he's that a person like that will be who they're gonna be. You know, but if he was somebody else, and like I said, it was into doing knucklehead shit, then he would just be, you know, run of the mill anybody, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Giannis is he's an anomaly, man. Dudes like that don't grow on trees, man. This dude is come on, not right now, nephew. I'll come play with you in like 2 minutes.
Same thing with Giannis. Giannis is from, you know, he's from Greece, but he's not like born in Greece. They're from like wherever they're from. You know, they're like refugees to Greece, whatever. If you know their story, whatever their story is, they weren't born in Greece. You know, they were from another place. You know, and then they came to Greece and whatever. I'm not talking about born, but just their family is not from there. You know,
struggle basically.
And how lucky were they? How lucky was he to get those opportunities? Because he wasn't even a legal citizen of Greece. You know what I'm saying? But he still made it to the NBA by the skin of his teeth.
No, that's true. It's just it reminds me of Jalen. No, not Jalen Brunson. I was about to say Jalen Brunson. It reminds me of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler got the same similar story.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler was homeless. Those type of dudes who get it out the mud. I think that's what the Knicks need more too. Like we need dudes that get it out the mud.
My bad. I'm trying to get this comment out of here.
Yo, man, Legion. Like I appreciate you with the Halliburton talk, and that is a forever L on the Knicks. I will never excuse the Knicks for passing up Halliburton. That's a Leon Rose. Never stain on him. You passed up on Halliburton. You passed up on Jaden Ivey, and you passed up on Donovan Mitchell. So let's see what he do, man.
Yeah.
Gotta see what this guy do, man. I
gotta ask you a question. You miss me, huh?
I miss everybody. I haven't been on a live. I haven't been on a live and probably like a couple like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I popped in the Uncle Freezy live at like 2 a.m. I was surprised he was awake. Well,
Yeah.
that was the last time, man. Yeah, I do miss talking on live, though, man. I appreciate all of y'all.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a good show, man. I'm glad that I'm not Uncle Freeze, Unclefoolio popped in and Evergreen popped in. I opened up the chat today because it's special because State's here, so anybody could have popped in. We're using a different link now, so for those that were looking, but I do got to cut you off though, man, because I gotta be up. I gotta be up at 4, actually, too, man. So I gotta
Man.
cut it short too.
Time for me to. This guy gotta go to sleep, man. Too much running around. I'm trying to make sure the chicken nuggets ain't burned. Yeah, he doing too much, man. Time for you to go to bed, brother.
All right, man. He's gonna be our high draft pick like 10 years, 15 years from now.
Yesterday, I said, we gonna gotta put that boy in some type of basketball camp or something, man. He's too active. He's running around too much. He's doing too much. Gotta get into some type of sports.
He's extremely bright too. You can hear it. You can hear that he's bright, man. So definitely stay on him and keep encouraging him and stuff.
I have to say I'm trying, man, with this goddamn Toy Story nonsense. Ebro, man, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate everybody who actually tuned in, man. We had to. I'm glad we was on here for 3 hours. Well, it just hit 3 hours. Glad we was on here to talk a lot of Knicks basketball and just to voice, certain frustrations about the Knicks. I'm glad me and Josh had that back and forth. I'm so proud of Josh, man. I'm proud of Josh, man.
Yeah, Josh is cool, man. The way that Josh is too. Like I met him at the get together, the last MBK get together. The way that he is on the screen is the way that he is in person. He'll have to debate with you, drink with you, have a good time. He'll be all hugging and all kind of stuff, man. Just a real genuine person.
Yo,
just a good dude, man.
I need Ralph to come through next door. Ralph
is dope too, man. Me and Ralph might do a pod tomorrow, man. I don't know if you want to pop in on him. Something wrong with that motherfucker, man. I'm trying to rock with him, and me and him talk good offline. But then as soon as the camera comes on, he kind of freaks out. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yo, Ralph, you could not move that man off his pivot, bro.
Yeah,
you can't. Like me, I can be moved off my pivot. You can persuade me on certain things, right? Ralph is like a 60-year-old man.
He might be 60. And then check his freaking ID next time I see him, man. But he's a good dude too, man. He was hanging out with us at the get together also, so he's a really good dude too, man. So a lot of the guys I haven't met some. Well, actually, I met one person that's not really a nice person, but I think people are starting to understand that about him. But even my man, what's his name? Legion. I met Legion. Legion's cool too. The way that Legion is online is a little bit different than he is in person. You know what I'm saying? He's actually more cooler in person. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Yeah.
I can tell. It's certain people you can tell. Like I cannot.
His personality is his personality, but you can see that he's a good dude. He's a good guy. You could definitely see that. Me and him didn't get a chance to chop it up, whatever. But hopefully next time that we have a get together, we'll be able to kick it more. But you can just see that he's a good dude.
His ass to Harlem, shit. 23rd, bring his ass right to the liquor store, brother. Chop it up with the brothers, man.
He just might, man. He just might.
Oh man, yo! Shout outs to Quentin Ntilikina.
Shout out to Frank. What's his name? ASAP Frankie. I'm gonna call him ASAP Frankie now.
Frankie. Oh.
Yeah, he looks like ASAP Rocky, man. He's
a
a good looking motherfucker, man. But basketball, not so much, man. Not so much.
Yeah, basketball. Sometimes it ain't for everybody, man. Maybe Frank is just a 14th man on the roster for the rest of his NBA career, but I don't care. I would love to be a 15 man on NBA roster for the rest of my NBA career. I'm getting at least $2 million to sit my ass down.
Yeah, I do anything to be in any Knicks uniform. Like be the guy to be to pass out the juices and shit. I do that too. Part-time job. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But I'm out of here, State, man. Definitely got to get up out of here. I got to be up at 4.
Oh, my God.
Definitely appreciate you coming in, man. We got to make it a habit. You got to come at least once a week or something like that, man.
Yeah, I got you, man. Once again, like this new position at work, like they got me in the ORs and stuff. That shit is like Twitter Spaces is cool. I can walk around with my phone and I could do that. But I definitely will be on more, man. We definitely got to chop it up.
Well, I mean, my thing is keep doing the Twitter Spaces because like when you talk about when people joke around and say, "Oh, I'm king of Twitter," something like that, you literally are the fucking king of Twitter. I've been telling you that for the longest time. So I mean, that's something that you do really well. So just keep doing it, But every once in a while, come in and take your shoes off and kick it over here with your boy over here.
Yeah, I got you, man. We're gonna do this once a week, man. Because I'm already on a goddamn babysit schedule, whatever. Hell,
Yeah.
listen. So definitely once a week, man. Appreciate everybody though who tuned in though, who pulled up the Diehard State of Mind. Last thing, Diehard, I know Legion is a cool motherfucking person. I could tell.
Yeah,
This
cool.
Negro on Twitter, some days I can't take this man. But it's all love though.
To tell you the truth, I done muted Legion long time ago. I don't want to see nothing he got to say on Twitter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
but,
man,
it is what it is.
Peace
Shout
and
out
love,
Cully,
man. I'm out of here, man.
Well, let me shout out Cully real quick before we got here. Cully is an incredible hip hop artist, man. Right now he got this song coming out with Jay Boogie. I've heard some stuff of it. I didn't want to hear the whole thing. They was playing, so I said, I don't want to hear it because I want to hear the finished thing. I want to hear when it comes out. When this thing drops, this is gonna be really incredible, not just for Knicks fans, but just in general, man. So just much love and respect to Cully, to Jay Boogie. Also, Papa Left is gonna be on that track as well. That shit is gonna be fire, man. Cully's incredible. I'm telling you, Cully's an incredible artist.
Hopefully, I can get all three of them to pull up too, man. Then we can have some good laughs.
Yo, shout out to Jay Boogie. Shout out to you too, Cully, man. Yo, we in New York, man. What the fuck? Me and State and we in New York, man. Hit us up. You know what I'm saying? We crashed the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. But let me get out of here, man, because this dude.
I'm definitely out of here.
Now he opening random stuff. Yo, I'm out of here, man.
Yep.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Peace out.